Hold again.
Yo, let's go, dude.
Nice. I'm only going to my tank, which is at like 2300 right now.
You're going
No,
to
it's
my arcade.
2200.
The funny thing is, I looked at my overbuff, and I looked at
Oh
the
gosh, that's the
secret
first thing
trivia,
recording said. Oh, what? What?
and like
Sorry.
I went to my overbuff, and I looked at my secret trivia stuff. And when I was in, when I was at 1800, my chance of going pro was 50. But when I went to gold, it went down to 48. I was like, what kind of
Is erasing
counterintuitive
that.
shit is this?
Oh man. All
Who's
right.
erasing my maple leaf?
That was a maple leaf.
Ooh, ouch.
My Reinhardt's fat.
All right. So,
What did Liam just say?
no, that was Admon. My Reinhardt's fat, which it actually was pretty good. All right. So,
Fat feed.
Fail.
I mean, do you want to play Reinhardt for a map? And I'll
Oh, that's
play
not.
so, what and TVK, you and I will meet up like we talked about sometime tomorrow or Friday for lunch and talk about more of what your role should be, and also just about review what we can see from the overhead, because you know my overheads are fantastic. You totally don't miss any of the action ever.
Of course.
So yeah, but what I'm going to be focusing on today mainly are comms, since you know we kind of did roll the team pretty hard. So it's like kind of hard to see all the mistakes, but there definitely were some. But mostly I want to focus on comms, and then yeah, it's actually going to be mostly comms, and then we're going to, if we have time, go over dive. I really don't want to hold people too long today, but I do want to go over dive a little bit, because we kind of just YOLO dived and YOLO dove, whatever, and it worked. But there's definitely a better structure we need to get into it to actually be successful against better teams. TBK, what I've been teaching Phantom, and you also need to hear these things cookie. And you were asking in chat like last week. So as supports, since we generally stay in the back, since we generally don't have to be in the action often, we have more downtime than the other roles. And so where we can help out is by alt tracking and shot calling.
Okay.
Generally, it is the flex support who alt tracks and the main support who shot calls. The difference between flex support and main support generally, as you can probably tell, flex support is the one that switches between heroes to fit the situation. And also another small way you can tell who's a flex or main support is by who's the one that's playing Lucio or Mercy. Because those are the two that usually aren't going to switch. You're usually Mercy the whole map or Lucio the whole map. But the Ana, the Mora can change. You can change to something else, fitting the situation. Okay, and so again, I don't remember who was who at this point. No, you were the Lucio, TBK. So yeah, you would be the main support.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'd be the shot caller, and all I'm looking for right now in shot calling is figuring out. So there's 4 questions before and after every fight, and before and after become the same thing after the first fight, obviously. But before and after every fight, you need to be asking 4 questions at least. What things are your comp good at? What things are your comp bad at? What things is the enemy comp good at? What things are the enemy comp bad at? You don't have to ask all those, like, you don't have to ask them individually, like, eventually you're just going to be able to look at things and figure it out, but that's how you arrive to the eventual conclusion. Like, what are we going to do? Which is the 5th question. That's the 5th and final question that you, as a shot caller, are responsible for making sure it gets fleshed out before and after every fight.
Okay.
So, that's where we're going to start.
Not what my job
Let me
is,
stop
so
growing and pick a
I can
part. I'm not sure how
Alright, fuck it,
Shiny
I'm
even
playing
ended up on
Reinhardt.
Reinhardt.
Did I hear
what's
go?
call for
Or
bubble.
what Lamb did.
Okay, well,
Make
push,
that
Heal
push,
me up. Whatever.
Alright. So, let's answer the first question. And actually, Nox, I really want you to take part in these 4 question kind of deal, helping our main support figure out what should we be doing this fight because you were really impressive when we did our VOD review and you were able to dissect the enemy comp pretty quickly and pretty thoroughly. So I think you're someone that can help take up that mantle.
All right.
So yeah, when you're on the field, that's definitely going to be, you're definitely going to be one of the voices I'm going to be expecting to shot call. You're not, and don't worry about getting it right. Just, just try. That's all I ever expect out of anybody.
Okay.
Is just, give it a shot. It's obviously something new. You're not going to get it right the first time. You're not going to get it right the second time. And you're going to get it right sometimes. You're not always going to get it right, but just, just try. We're going to get used to it. We're going to VOD review it. We're going to see, what was right, what was wrong. And, we're going to get there. So, I know it's new, but yeah, just, you guys just give it a shot. And we'll go through it, and, we'll work on it. Pasty, I know you weren't here. I would like you to be watching Advon, which is Shiny for those who don't know. And be looking at if you see any glaring issues in what he did. And on the flip side, any, really good things that he did. I want you to be keeping an eye on that. And if he does something good, I want you to think about why it was good and let me know, and we can talk about it. And then if he does something bad, let me know why it was bad, and we can talk about it. So yeah, first things first, we are looking at the first question. What is our comp really good at doing?
Shield breaking.
Yeah,
breaking.
exactly.
Consoling.
So what is our comp bad at?
Long range fighting. Besides a Hanzo, long range fighting.
Right. Yeah. Hey, it's like you've heard this before, Katie. Nice. But yeah, TBK, do you understand why?
Yeah, none of our heroes really can do any damage from a distance besides Hanzo and sort of Creed.
Right. Yep. So yeah, our Ryan Zarya, they can't do anything into one distance. Kree Hanzo can, sure, but if they are able to surround us with long range, there's nothing we can do. Absolutely nothing we can do. Okay. So just with that, how do you think this determines how we should play? Just assuming we don't even know what the enemy comp is. How does that determine how we should play?
Close up, speed all the time.
We're gonna speed up on them, get up close fast.
Nothing but
Don't
that
give them a chance to do damage before we get there.
Like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
lane how does not get a chance to breathe.
Yep. Pasty, how might we go about that?
Basically putting them under pressure by pushing up on them and getting past the shield.
Mm-hmm. And how else would we push up on them if there's, what are some ways we can push up on somebody? What do we spend a decent amount of time doing? And what is something I always tell you as the main tank that you should be doing?
Pathing.
Exactly. Yeah. So if we know, they have long range, maybe we can go inside and path somewhere that is inconvenient for them. So yeah, like if they had double sniper, we kind of just come in down main, we're probably screwed, right? Because they can just surround us. If they, this map isn't the best, but it's possible. A good team can definitely surround you here and just pick you off. But it is harder. But yeah, it's possible. Okay.
Yeah, you could have the one hull on the middle and then snipers on both flanks, and you're basically dead.
So what is their comp good at doing?
Their comp is good at walling off, is tolerating someone alone. Usually a tank with the May wall on this map is really easy to pull off. That we pull shreds through tanks. They're not good at shield break, but they're good at killing things.
They're good.
Pretty
They're
close
good at
range too.
They're good at out of position targeting.
Yeah, punishing people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make moves, they just punish them.
Alright. Nox, what are they bad at?
I don't know. It's like modern goats to me. I could tell you what they're good at. Yeah.
It's exactly goats. That's exactly why you read this. Oh no, who popped that thing up? I hate you guys.
So I know that
that's all
would
good.
show for you guys too.
It's all good.
I mean, if we have the right comp, if we shield break their Rhine, we can get really good picks. But they have a really solid comp. It's pretty basic. They have 2 self healers. Um, they have really good healing, and they have a Lucio that could take them out of fight.
Mhm.
So if we're super aggressive and push back just as hard as they would push us back, we could possibly win. But I don't know. That would require us to break the shield.
Right. That is, the goal of our comp. But yeah, we still haven't really said what they're bad at doing. Does
Bad at
somebody know?
breaking shields. They don't have any shield break. There's Reaper and there's May. Neither of them provide shield break.
Right.
And they have Zarya, but that's not enough shield break.
Yeah,
They just
you're
the
right.
shields will be up 24/7.
Same thing as us as well, which is long range fighting. They're
Exactly.
almost always tight
Yeah.
packed.
Yep.
But
So
they don't have
exactly.
a Hanzo, so that will give us an advantage in long range.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because
getting at.
Hanzo.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at. So they suffer the same weaknesses as we do. They have 0 mobility. Um. Oh, rip. I'm bad. They have 0 mobility. Besides Lucio, but they have no vertical mobility. We have shield break and a little bit of vertical mobility, so we can, we didn't recognize this in Scrim. Um, Lamb should have, but he didn't. I understand things when you're on the field, things just go crazy, things get haywire. I understand. Um, but yeah, so we could have used Hanzo a little bit better than we did. But yeah, you're exactly right. They're weak to the same things that we were weak to, which is snipers, long range. Anything long range, they're weak to as well, and getting surrounded. And the good thing about our comp is we have someone that can do that. And they can't punish Hanzo. They have 0 people. They have nobody that can punish Hanzo whatsoever.
And then there's high ground for him to just
Yep,
get picks.
exactly. He should have just played. He should have just have used this all match, right? But that's fine. But yeah, good job. So TBK, Cookie, Knox. That's what you have to be doing.
Okay.
Well, actually, there's one more question. What do we do? That's what the 4 questions lead up to. What are we doing?
We're gonna burn that Maywall. That Maywall needs to go, then we can engage. Because if that Reinhardt gets trapped, we're done. If that Reinhardt gets fought off, like this, we're done. I mean, there's Hanzo who might be able to pick or two, but with the loss of our Reinhardt, that's like an instant fight loss. We have to.
So definitely
We should
if
all be
May.
together.
Correct. That's a really big one as well. So you risk so the May wall is less effective. Um, so yeah, when May wall does do something, pick a pillar and shoot it down. McCree can take out a pillar pretty strong by himself. Imagine if 5 other people are shooting the pillar, it just disintegrates. Especially since it got nerfed like 5 patches ago. It's from 500 to 400, I think. So it's like not strong at all anymore. Um, People don't realize that, but it's not strong at all. You can just break through the pillar and save your Reinhardt. Um, so yeah, what else are we doing? What's the name of the comp? Right. In the
Shield
end.
break.
Yep.
Shield break.
This is a really good, like,
Awesome.
they have no one that can one shot. We have someone that can one shot. Imagine if they had no shield, our Hanzo gets free reign on their whole team. He can one shot 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Right. So this is a really should be much easier than we even made it look. Right. Just break your shield. That's literally all we have to do. Okay. So yeah. TBK, Nox, Kitty. That's what you have to do every single fight. After every single fight. Except it obviously has to be much quicker than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There.
Everyone's alright.
Tell me.
They have Reaper.
Why is that main like not pushing up? They could have
She-
used that so much.
Yeah, we're gonna see that like a play that we made later on in this fight we thought was great was actually a throw. If the May was Sparks or someone actually good, someone good like Sparks or someone else, he would have punished you guys hard.
No bubble, no
focus,
bubble.
focus.
Later.
Yeah.
I got-
Yeah, she's just inexperienced,
Boop, yeah, boop, I got it.
Happens.
Alright, fella,
I can see, I can see.
Um,
That was actually a pretty good play, even though they didn't get like what I would use it for. Blocking off my line of sight basically gets rid of all your healing.
Yep, I'm sure she did it by accident.
Most
The shield, the
likely.
shield.
Yeah, I got
Reaper
Reaper. I got
half.
Reaper.
Nice. Lucio 1. Nice heals.
Reaper left side.
Alright. So, noticing the kill feed, we kill the Reinhardt, and we're still playing passive, right? This should be 100% this way, immediately, as soon as our
Well,
Rein
you
gets
don't
out.
want to lose our own Reinhardt to that May. Right there, if we push too hard, gone past that choke, like, individually, May would have killed
Right.
us. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Thank
Lucio 1. Nice heals.
Reaper left side flanking.
Yeah, we could have been through this choke by the time she had her Maywall back up. I don't look, I mean, that's pretty advanced, that's okay, I'm not expecting, but realizing and looking at the kill feed and seeing what we have, seeing what the situation is also the support's job. And just anyone can do it in general, like that's a team thing, but because supports do have more downtime, they are expected to realize things like that.
I'm
without
memorizing
slowing down.
cooldowns, so it'll just
Lucio
take
1.
time
Reaper
for me.
stun.
Reaper flank.
Dead.
Yep, Reaper dead. Push, 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 push,
Heal me up,
push.
heal me up, heal me up.
They had a Reaper. They're gonna try and run into us. That's the best way to get to us.
They've got no
May no
tanks.
cryo.
May no ice
No
block.
bubble too.
They're feeding.
May down.
I'm
Lucio
going
down.
bubble.
When do you have bubble?
5 seconds.
Alright. I got some swing here.
We should have followed.
Help our Ryan push up a bit.
Alright, bubble me a bit.
Gotcha, bro.
Run 1, run
I
1,
have
run
shatter,
1.
I have shatter. Back up, back up, back up. I have shatter.
Get back
I
on
can
there.
also back as a team.
I have dragon soon.
Yeah, we could have punished harder, but because we were so late, like you guys backed up at the right time. Like, we could have extended this this fight if we were aggressive sooner, but that's fine. Like I don't want to completely VOD review like in detail the fights and really worried. I'm really focused on comms today. Yeah, that is a good point. So yeah, the cooldown on wall is 10 seconds, right? So by the time Ryan was back, she had only used it for 5, so we had plenty of time to speed boost and get to them. But that's okay.
Alright, I have full.
I am close to Nana.
Wait.
You-
Alright. So, one thing to realize, I want you to tell me when this fight is over.
King.
Lucio 1.
Reaper stun.
Reaper flank.
Dead.
Yep, Reaper dead.
Alright,
Push, push, push,
Oh,
push,
Heal me up,
push.
heal me up, heal me up.
They had a Reaper. They're gonna try and run into us. That's the best way to get to us.
They've got no
May no
tanks.
cryo.
May no ice
No
block.
bubble
That's
too.
over.
Trick question. It ended before the clip started.
Yeah, once that Reaper died, it was fight over. They lost the main tanks, they lost their main source of DPS. Plus that waste of cryo and bubble was basically GG. Or at least fight over.
Yep, you're pretty much correct. A soft rule that I like to go by is if we're up to if we're comfortably up to, the fight's won. And if we're down 2, the fight's lost. Don't use ults. If we're down 1, it's still winnable, and we use ults. So that's kind of like a soft rule I live by.
Depends who's down, because if you lose your main support, it's harder to clutch that.
I mean, it depends on, like, it's a very soft rule. It depends on other factors. Like,
Sure,
ultimates,
yeah.
ultimates are a big factor, and then certain cooldowns are big factors. But
Yeah.
it's like
We get, like,
it's a
3
soft rule. I don't
Yeah,
want
we
it to
get,
go
like-
too advanced just yet.
We get 3 fights. We get 3 ults off this fight. We get hedgehogs, we get shining heroes, and I'm close to mine. I don't know about Namiko's because I wasn't really paying attention to those. And then I think top TBK was at like 50-60%, maybe 70%.
Yeah. So the reason I asked to figure out when the fight is lost is now this is the time to talk about the questions. Now we figure out what we're doing next fight. We're already thinking about what happens next fight. So that's how since the conversation is important and it can go long, you need to realize when it's winnable and when it's losable, and that's when you start talking about next fight, right? We have a lot of comments, like there's a lot of unneeded comms that happen, and those comms, that's what needs to stop. When the fight is called winnable or losable, people need to shut up and let the actual important conversation happen, which is what are we doing next fight, right? And we figure that out by seeing like, do we need to switch? Is our plan of attack working? And we figure that out by knowing the answer to the 4 questions that we asked earlier. So yeah, that's so fight is 1.
Yep.
What are we doing next fight?
Uh,
Go through the process again, but now we're analyzing. Now we're analyzing all charges, right?
so what we do is we will
TBK. Let's let TBK talk.
Try and hold up close with Ryan and not let him push up too close.
That would be.
Come in the choke.
Yeah, I get that. You can also say that, but that's definitely going to be mostly a pasty call or a main tank call.
Oh, okay.
Like you can definitely like suggest it. This comms aren't something that you're not allowed to say it if you realize it now. It's but comms are mainly it's your job to make sure that this gets covered, right?
Yeah.
So if you have your job, everyone's going to have their job, and they all need to make sure that their job is accomplished in comms. But that's it. That's at the minimum, right? You can say whatever you need, whatever else, but make sure that gets said first. Yeah.
Okay,
So, yeah.
we've heard a question from my interplay. It's kind of personal. Am I in a good position where I am right now, where I have line of
Yes.
sight of most of the team?
Yes, you're fine. The fight's
Okay,
won.
just making sure.
Yeah. It's good because the fight's won, and we are going to be an aggressive team. If the fight's won and there's stagger kills to go get, we go get them. And as Ana, you need to be ready to go, right? That's when your sniper becomes an anal probe. You're going with your team, and you need to be able to catch up. You need to be ready to be with this guy, right? Because he's going to speed you with your team. TBK always be looking out for your Ana to make sure she's with you.
I try to call whenever someone's on me or when I need speed boost back or to get in position.
You tried. There were times you missed it, and it could have cost the team. Like you didn't say anything, and like Farrah was on top of you, right?
Yeah, usually when I'm tryharding, but yeah, I'm working on it.
So yeah. TBK. What are we doing next fight?
So this would be like a discussion in terms of like what ults should we commit to this fight, what ults might they have, sort of thing.
Yep. So yeah, and that's exactly right. What ults do they have? Kitty, now it's your turn. What else do you think they have?
Okay, not paying attention to all this. There. I would say they would have been. I would have suggested they would have had Moira or close to they would have been close to Shadow off Reinhardt's performance. Their Lucio. Yeah. Yep. That's about everything I say. Though Foxy might have less ult charge, maybe like 20-30%.
Okay. It's fair enough to assume that Ryan is probably close. Generally, you can tell the mirror matchups based on your own team's ult charge. And if you guys won that fight, your team probably has more ult charge than they do. Like in the mirror matchup, like you would guess that our Ryan maybe has more. That's not always true, obviously, but you can probably guess that.
How much? Do you know how much more ult charge you get from team fight? Cause that is what I can base off. If there's like a usual number, like 4-5% extra ult charge.
It totally depends. Like I mean,
Okay.
their Ryan could have hit. Their Ryan could have just hit a fat fire strike, right, which is 7 per hit. So he could have hit all of you guys for 42 ult charge, just in fire strike alone, not including swings. But you guys could have murdered their team. But if he hits that fire strike, he's ahead of our Reinhardt in ult charge, right? So those are things you have to look out for as advanced. I don't expect you to look out for those kind of things. Like I was teaching Phantom, generally after 2 fights, you can expect that person to have ult. That's a pretty safe rule to live by.
Unless it's someone like Azar, yeah.
I would do it just as a base here. So yeah. But yeah, after.
If she played more aggressive, she could probably have all that May. As in that May. They could have probably won that fight if that May was more aggressive. While if that Reinhardt
Oh,
get
sure.
both DPS, so it's pretty fast, way faster, and we'd have had to been retreat. Been a lot harder than with that May to like push in.
All right. So now that we've talked about, so yeah, TBK, you were right yeah. So now we're looking at ult charge, and since the flex support cookie is the ult tracker, and you can like everyone ult tracks, but it's his job to make sure it gets called, right? So you're going to be leaning on him to give you the ult charge information, right?
Okay.
So yeah, you asked the right question. What are the ults? And that's going to help you to determine what we do next. Not only do you need to figure out what the enemy ult charge is, but then you have to look at your ults and then figure out, okay, what do we do with that information, right?
Yeah.
So
We've got McCree's ult that we could commit to this fight. Try and get a pick or two and end the fight before it begins.
McCree is more of a zoning, or it's not really a DPS. Also,
not
Zion,
necessarily.
if I nano the Reinhardt and he's in front of the team, could we survive grabs that way and not having to commit beat, or always
No.
commit beat during grab?
No, you're going to want to be during graph. And
Okay.
even in that situational, but we'll go over that at a later date. So yeah, you said we want to commit McCree. Oh, that's good. That's fine.
We could break their shield and we lead that into shadow, like break shield, maybe get a pick or two and lead shadow into that. We speed boost, we could win that fight off that.
I mean, there's 10,000 things you could do, right? I'm not going to go completely in depth. Like, I'm not going to overload everyone with so much information at once. There's 10,000 things we could do. Like, this is TBK's first time shot calling. I'm not going to have him detail, like, micro shot call right now. That's insane to think that anyone could do it their first time. He's learning the ropes, and so we're gonna ease everyone into it. So yeah, we're planning on using high noon in this fight. That's perfectly fine. Generally, you want to also realize, or you want to talk about how we're going to use high noon. Are we going to just have our McCree stand behind Ryan Shield at high noon? Are we going to have him off angle in high noon? That's something you also need to talk about. We don't have to answer that now, but that's something we can talk about. Like, that's something you as a team need to figure out. And then that's where the DPS, he can give you that answer. I want to do this, and you guys go, okay, right?
The Maywall will shut down any like high noons if she does it correctly on off flank.
I mean,
even then, she off flank
the
McCree will often die.
Maywall shuts down every single ability in the game. So I mean,
fair.
like, we're not talking about ifs here. We're just talking about generalities. Like, there's what ifs to every single thing that happens in this game.
True.
I'm going bubble.
When do you have bubble?
5
So
seconds.
this is also the
All right.
time where, as you're guiding the team upwards, TVK, Cookie, and Nox, you guys should be spamming tab and making sure that their team comm doesn't change. You guys have to catch that in their spawn. So you guys can plan accordingly, because your plan's going to change if they swap to Widow or something.
Yeah, whenever everyone's like mostly topped
I got
off,
some swing here.
hit tab. Whenever
How
there's
far,
heals
Ryan?
on
Push
heal.
up a bit.
Alright, bubble me a bit.
Gotcha, bro.
Run one, run
I
one,
have shatter,
run
I
one.
have shatter. Back up, back up, back up. I have shatter.
Get back up,
Back up, back up.
I have dragon soon.
Alright, I have full.
I am.
All right. Did Lamb just say something pretty interesting?
I'm said he had ult soon.
Mm-hmm. Nox. Does that change anything?
What's up?
Does that add anything to the equation now? This is why we keep spamming tab, so we can see our teammates ult charge.
Yeah.
As
I
well.
underlined everyone who would get ult soon.
So Nox, what can we possibly now do?
I mean, we can strategize the next fight around that ult.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, what can we do with the Hanzo Dragon?
Split the team.
Yep. But the team is really good, especially with Reinhardt comps. That's a pretty big indicator that we can probably split their team.
And they don't have an Anna, so they can't heal through that dragon unless they want to die.
So yeah, and now we also see that someone else has shatter, or someone else has ult. All right, not shatter. So that's another part of the equation. So this is just we don't have to go through all the possibilities, but this is something that you guys need to be on top of and controlling and making sure that there is a plan, because it's very easy that we shatter, we high noon, and we dragon at the same time with no plan. This team is notorious for doing that. So overalting, and then we also have nano coming up. Do we ever use nano, right? All these questions need to be figured out, and we have plenty of time right now to figure that out.
Also, does Nano increase damage of Dragon? Because I know it does high noon. Okay,
No, it
so
doesn't.
they fix that. Nano?
Wait.
Use my ult with your shatter.
Bumper
Thank
play.
you, Lucio.
No. Alright.
Left side, Reaper
Alright,
left.
they're left side.
No, he's lying. It was right side.
Okay, well that's.
Oh, Reaper was left side. Reaper was left
You
side.
gotta just call the Reaper. Don't call the
Yeah.
entire team.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
rush past them. Speed beat past them with
Reaper's
bubble.
going top. Reaper's
Yeah,
going
he's
top.
got death blossom. Don't worry about it.
Ooh, we're down on.
What Death Blossom?
So no, you haven't
Yes.
mod reviewed with me, Kitty. I've been
But I need to
telling
play
you to.
Chronos battle.
Yes, like you're in the open. Like it was fine when the ping was pushing up because there was no danger of you being
Getting
picked.
like random
But now
headshot,
the
but
fight's here. You need to be
yeah.
playing corners.
I get like a random May headshot and like
Pass
that
them,
would
speed
put
beat
me out
past
of
them
the
with
fight.
bubble.
Going top. Reaper.
And you took a fire strike and you walked forward.
Yikes.
Yeah, he's got
I
death
do have a
blossom. Don't worry about
tendency
it.
of
Ooh,
fighting.
we're down on it.
Oh hell yeah, you do.
Alright, this is still one of those.
Speed,
Shatter.
don't speed. Hold on. I'm gonna use dragons to split them up.
No
Yeah.
shield, no shield.
Big Sam, 3.
Got Reaper.
I'm not gonna criticize the
Yikes.
team thing here. We made like 2 plans and we didn't decide which one we were gonna do.
So at least
I'm not gonna
At
criticize
least
that.
Dan was smart enough not to use
Gods are-
Some rolls.
Run.
Whoever called that, thank you.
Well, it was too late. He called it because it was too late, right? And that's because neither Kitty nor TVK, can't draw that arrow, made a plan, and that's why that happened. That's the importance of making a plan, so we don't overult, because now we run the risk of because now we just give. If they were able to build alt economy, now they're able to catch up on alt economy, right? Because we just wasted 2 ults. 2 ults that possibly can win a fight.
Yeah.
We figured out Moira's out, but that's not worth it
Run.
anyways.
Get the right.
There.
Zarya, no fade. Get the Zarya.
Sorry,
More,
play that.
More, no fit.
She can die.
More one.
Nice.
Down, back to point.
Good shield break.
Alright.
Fit.
Get the right. God,
No shield, no shield.
Ooh, we're down on it. Alright, this is still one of those.
At what point is this fight won or lost?
Speed, don't speed. Hold on. I'm gonna use dragons to split them up.
No shield, no shield.
Big Sam, 3.
One.
Got Reaper.
We had 3 of them on the ground. That Reinhardt was taking a lot of damage. That Lucio was forced. We did use both bubbles, but we're even on kills. I'm gonna come back soon, or I'm about to respawn, like literally. And we got shadowed 3 of them. That Reinhardt's about to die if we focus him. That's fight is won right now.
You said the magic thing. We're even on kills. In no way is this fight won right now.
It is not one
In no way is
at
it
all.
won.
Do you see our team self? It is tanked compared to theirs.
Yeah.
They don't. They
And
still
our
have
healers
healers.
are down. All right, we just have Lucio heals,
You know this, ain't
and
you?
we have
You
2 people about to
even
die.
if you do respawn,
3 people
even
about
if
to
you do respawn, you still got a good 10 seconds to get back to the point.
Exactly. We are in big danger of losing. One fire strike wins the fight for them if he hits it right now. All right, 1 fire strike, 1 really well placed mortal orb, a high charge Zarya right click, which he now has 5 of. Right, a Lucio boop into the hole. There's so many things. All right, a good May wall. All right, this is far from 1. So yeah. So let me know when it's 1.
Gods are. God,
Some rolls.
Right
What?
there.
Yeah.
The minute we got 2 up, was that when Lamb got killed at May and at Lucio, that's the minute we won that. Especially with that that Reinhardt half and doing a risky maneuver.
Yeah.
He's
So
half HP.
so right here we were even. Right here, up 1.
Up.
Right here, up 2.
Even more 1.
Well, they weren't like he's not back yet. Still,
Oh yeah.
he's still in spawn. So now 1 doesn't mean we go crazy and go out of position. We still play safe, play behind your Reinhardt, but then go forward, right? Reinhardt's always going to be in front of you guys. If you're in front of Reinhardt, something's wrong. So Reinhardt's always going to be in front of you guys. You still play safe. You don't do stupid things to make this kill not matter, right? You don't just throw yourself at the enemy team. You can still go aggressive and be safe with it, right? So yeah. So it's 1. You're correct. I would call this 1, but you still play like you have a possibility of dying because you do. Right?
Yeah.
You don't like. You're not. He could have had shatter. If he was any more aggressive, he would have shatter. He maybe hits this. The high charge already kills all of you, right? So it's possible that they still win this with a nice play. So you still play safe. You still play properly, but it is fairly 1 as long. It is 1 as long as you guys play safe. So now we start the conversation. So now, TBK, what do we do? What do we start the conversation off with?
Well, we'll probably have grab dragon this fight, but that's just the first thing I'm seeing. But find out like what ults do we think that the enemy team has?
Exactly. So now whose turn is it?
Mine.
Yes.
So what we do is that May obviously has ult. I would assume he is
I'll say
Shadow.
obviously, but yeah, you're right.
But May has been hitting some headshots, both kills on me. That Moira used ult, so she's nowhere close. I expect that we would have at least 60, at least my guess. Lucio, basing off all Lucio charge, is close. Wenhall, I would expect him to like blend a first strike any minute now and get ult. That Zarya buff was down, so this fight is won. But what we could do is we could have one shield the Zarya and we all focus that line out. As long as we're safe knowing he doesn't have shadow. If he has shadow, that's a horrible idea.
Usually you can tell when Orion's about to shatter.
Genuinely, right? But good Ryans can definitely hide it. But yeah, probably not Ryans at this level yet. So yeah, we think they
What do you
have.
pay attention
We think
to
they
when they
have
have shadow?
Mayolt. We think they have Shatter. We think they have Beat. With that information, TBK, what are we going to do with it? TBK and Ox, what do we think we're going to do with it?
I think we gotta just be careful about the shatter, but try and gain a Zarya ult and grab dragon them.
I like it. All right. Nox, anything else to add?
Not really. I mean, immediately, like the first thing I see is grab dragon as well.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I had something
They-
for the earlier fight, but not really for this one.
If they may ult us though, we shouldn't ult anything. We should just back off.
How do we back off?
Speed out.
Heck
Speed.
yes. Exactly.
Or just
Every
Speed
time.
and S.
die.
Every time. If you have amp up, you should not die to a Mayolt. Nobody,
Yeah.
because speed is too fast to die by Mayolt. Now, the danger is they're going to force you off a point, but you guys don't
That's
die,
right.
so it's fine. All right, you survive is the big thing. You survive and you don't feed all charge. So that's the big thing. So they may force
So
you
I
off
have
a
a
point.
quick.
Yes.
So we have a Ana ult. How would you want to grab dragons right away? Or Zarya doesn't have it yet, so would it be better actually to use the Ana ult?
I would
And then-
nano the Zarya and have her like get charged because nano I can build real quickly, relatively. And with the nano Zarya, she can get ult pretty quickly. Especially with the 5 right clicks now.
So I mean, it's a like I wasn't gonna say it. It's a very good observation. So there's a couple things immediately that I think about when I want to use nano this fight. One, is my Zarya high charge? If she's high charge, she doesn't need my nano. If she's low charge, she's gonna need my nano to build ults. And then two, since our Rhine shattered, we could use nano to build his ult. So that brings up the question, should I nano early so he can build ult early, or can we maybe not use dragon and just Nano Ryan swing into grab, he gets Shatter for next fight, and we win team fight anyway, because he's going to Fire Strike. Nano Fire Strike will probably kill 2 of them, 3 of them. Well, more is going to fade out, so 2 of them. And then he's going to swing. If he swings into a 6-man grab, he gets ult for next fight automatically, and we win this fight. So now we still have Dragon. Now we can use Dragon next fight to split the Rhine off and win that one, possibly. Right?
We have
And
45%.
then we can,
Yeah.
and then we can back up. So like, so it's a, and Nano is an interesting ult. We can do so many things with it. So yeah, wasn't gonna talk about it, but yeah, that's
Awesome.
good observation. Yeah.
I always wonder about Anna's using alt, so
yeah, it's
it's
like
a lot of pressure for the Zarya to get her all to combo with dragons. Right. So I know.
Yeah. It is.
Myself and other DPS get really like, I have my alt, I gotta use it.
Yeah.
Like I gotta kill people. But yeah, that's great. So thank you for answering.
No problem. Yeah. So yeah, I would think so. Generally, whoever the Ana is. Just if you want to bring that into the equation, that's fine. I'm not going to, I'm not going to judge you on such a complicated, tree of decisions, right? We'll get there.
Yeah, I have a tendency of using the Nano since he gets 300 health automatically, like 300 heals up. I use that when that Lionheart is like low, he's about to break threshold. I use Nano and I swing the fight with that, is what I usually do. As long as we're not 1 down and that Lionheart's getting pressured like ridiculously hard, we do Nano and have like speed into him with that.
Hey,
that would be my play.
Hey Katie, I certainly don't mind you speaking, but please don't like interrupt me mid-sentence though. Wait until I'm finished speaking. It's all good. Just courtesy. But yeah, I would just look if our Zarya is high charged. Probably doesn't need Nano. It's fine. It's not. I'm not gonna call it a waste. Like if you think if the play is for sure grab Dragon, we have nothing else we can do. Go ahead and just Nano him. Especially and for Zarya players, make sure you have personal up so you can just YOLO yourself in and get some right clicks in and then back out. So you can get your grab real quick. Again, just technical stuff. Just yeah. But yeah, really good Anna question. Yes.
Sorry, I would actually have to go right now.
Alright, no
literally right now I have to eat.
Alright, dude.
I have fun. I'll watch this later, and then Zed, fine. If you want to go over this later with me, you want to go over it like Thursday?
Yeah, you tell me when you're free, and we'll sync up a time.
I might, my schedule will close up, because I'm kind of like in semi-coach for another team.
Okay.
But this team is priority. Bye. Have fun.
Alright, dude.
See you.
So yeah, so good. We figured out a plan, and it looks like we set it on Grab Dragon, so that's fine. Whether we do it or not in this vid isn't what I'm concerned with. Just as long as we watching this VOD, have made a plan, and I want you guys doing this every single fight. And like I know it's going to be hard, with not all actually a good portion of the team is here, which is good. But sometimes you have people still talking over because scrims are chaotic. I understand, emotions are high, people are nervous. I get it, but this is the structure that we're implementing for this team. You guys can demand the floor and tell everyone to shut up. Do it nicely, but you can tell everyone to shut the hell up. All right, you guys demand the floor.
Respectfully. Shut the hell up.
Ryan, get the Zarya. Zarya, no fade. Get the Zarya.
More, no fade.
She can die. No, back to point.
Good shield break.
Alright, we're gonna have grab Dragon this fight, and that's all we should need. Kitty, when they beat, use your nade.
And that's why we stagger kill. Because we stagger killed, he got 20 ult charge. Like, that's why you chase kills. That's a good example of why you chase kills. It's free ult charge. It's free real estate.
So that they can't get any ults when they can't do anything. So we're gonna grab Dragon and then nade them.
Okay, I need
Or
to
can
know
you-
that we
They have
put
shatter. They have
something
shatter.
happen.
Yeah, just play slow.
I'm gonna play shield out this whole fight.
They're gonna know that something's up then. Just don't fire strike too often.
Reaper's
Right,
left side.
shield.
Reaper left side.
Reaper right, he's gonna have Death Blossom.
Shield's low.
Letting shield recharge. Letting shield
I'll
recharge.
do it. Grab against the wall.
I'm low. I'm low.
When though?
Sonic's up.
Left side Reaper. Left side Reaper.
Missed the stun.
Colo, you gotta do it soon, bud.
Alright, bro, I got you. I got him.
Grabbing. Hit
Blocking
it.
it. Block.
That's just lamb.
Okay.
Lamb.
Wait, what? My drag went through it.
It went past it. That's kind of weird.
What the fuck?
Wow.
They use 4 ults. They use like 4 ults.
Oh, yeah,
It's
it's just
Maze
Oh.
one.
my bad.
We could've held that
beat.
Huh?
I said that was my terrible,
Yeah.
terrible, terrible,
It's all good,
stupid
dude.
beat.
You know what? You know why that happened?
Why is that?
Nobody
fine.
called
Shield out this
Exactly.
whole fight.
Tell me when this fight's lost.
Right, he's gonna have Death Blossom.
Shield's low.
Alright,
Letting shield recharge. Letting shield
Colo,
recharge.
do it. Grab against the wall.
I'm low. I'm low.
When though?
Sonic's up.
Left side Reaper. Left side Reaper.
Missed the stun.
Colo, you gotta do it soon, bud.
Alright, bro, I got you. I got him.
Grabbing. Hit
Blocking
it.
it. Blocking.
Dragon.
Okay.
Wait, what? My drag went through it.
It went past it. That's kind of weird.
Lost.
It's done.
Yeah, exactly. So
Like a little.
as soon as now you'll be looking for it, but as soon as this is called, we don't want versus Q. Right? This is just jump
Yeah.
off the map. If you can safely retreat, then retreat. Or if you want to be advanced, you want to die by the person that casts the ult, because then they don't get ult charge from killing you. Because they don't get ult charge until their ult finishes.
Over.
So if you want to, if you want to be advanced. So like if the fight's lost and they diva bomb, you want to run into the diva bomb.
Are they shattering too?
So you guys called it. They used 4 ults, and they did. They blew 4 ults. Right. So
One fight.
those are the fights that you are happy to lose. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a fight you go, oh man, we lost. No, you're celebrating when that happens.
Wow.
They use 4 ults. They use like 4 ults.
Oh,
It's fine.
Maze
Oh.
one.
Yeah, we kept that
We'll
beat.
have
We
3.
win next fight. Well, we survived next fight because now we don't have beat for grab, but that's fine. It's all good.
One.
My bad.
We could've held that beat.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
my bad.
Alright, let's
I
see.
have nano.
They use shatter. They use shatter. They use.
So don't do what Hedgehog does, and that's try and stay alive. Just
That beat.
you want
It's
to
fine.
you want to legit.
Oh,
throw.
it's fine.
Nano.
They use shatter. They use shatter. They use both DPS ults and they used beat.
Just so you
And
know.
They fed me. I got
we
like
3 fight.
They're gonna be coming
25
into this with
ults on them.
Grav. I think we do a dry push and just let them use
Stagger
Grav.
yourself.
Yeah, I know. Either dry push or try to get something out. I'm dead.
Okay, I'm just gonna
And I guarantee Lamb poked his head out there, so that's his fault.
get some charge. All right, I've shattered.
We have Shatter and High Noon. We can electric.
Let's rotate
Cowboy.
high ground. We have tons of poke.
Yeah, no, let's rotate High Ground and Electric Cowboy while Ryan can.
No, sorry, I lost my discipline. So we call it here fight loss. What are we talking about?
What do we have? What might they have? What are we doing?
What ult they might still have.
So
So-
Nox, since Katie's not here, so yeah, TBK started off.
Well, it's just a question of like, what do they have?
Nox, what ults did they? What ults did they burn?
So they said 4, but I only saw May and Reaper's ult. And in game, I probably would have only seen those 2. So.
That's extremely valid. Like that is okay to say. It's not up to one person to track 6 ults. It's up to the team.
Yeah.
It's just to make. But we're talking. You guys initiate the conversation, so it gets talked about by everybody. But it's your
Especially
job
since
to
he's
make
Lucio.
sure. Huh?
Especially since he's Lucio. He's like
Yes.
mostly behind
Yeah.
Ryan, so I can't really see that much.
Yeah, and and that's why the flex support generally is the one that can ult track, because they kind of see the whole field usually.
Mhm.
Even as Moira, you can, you're not up Ryan's crack, but you're around it, but you're still behind the team, right?
Yeah.
Her range is still pretty far on her heels, so she doesn't have to. She still sees a lot. So yeah, that's why the supports do the ult tracking, because they generally see the field. So yeah, so yeah, you say you only saw May and Reaper. That's fine. Someone else should say, oh, they used Shatter and Beat, especially the person that says they use 4 ults. That's pretty specific numbers, so he kind of saw all of them or heard all of them. So
Yeah.
we expect to know exactly what they use. So yeah, we're gonna call they use May, Reaper, Ryan, and Lucio. So what else are we thinking?
I would expect them to have
2 more ults at least on the way.
Okay.
They haven't grabbed.
Yep, very good observation. If they haven't grabbed, they've got it, right? So very good. And then you can.
It's been a while since they used Moira.
Right. Yep. So we know they have those two. Now we got to figure out what do we have.
Well, we'll have Kree's ult in this fight. Same with Shatter. Most likely, we have Nano. So we could go ahead and just push in with Rhine, Nano Rhine.
It's an option, yes. What else can we do?
I was gonna mention pretty much the same strategy as I thought of earlier, which is having Kree up here, having the rest of our team hold this point, and then having Lamb pretty much focus Ryan's shield until it's down, and then having Kree ult on them.
That's also a possibility, yeah. Any other combinations? If not, that's fine. That's fine.
Could Nano Zarya try and build her ult quickly? Just an idea.
We could also. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. There you go.
I was gonna say we could try to bait their ult and then use our beat.
Well, we don't have beat. We just used it.
Oh, we did. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just keep reminding TPK of that.
I deserve it. It's fine.
It's all good. But you did say something interesting. Baiting their ults. So we can do, if we want to, what's called a drive push. We know that they just wasted 4. So 4 people are at 0, essentially. We know that they have 2. So we could do something called a drive push, which means you go in expecting to lose, but you're playing in a way that forces them, like if they don't use ults, they're going to lose. Like you have to use 2. You don't just walk into them, right? They're not going to press Q. You're just, well, they probably will here, but this team probably would have done the exact thing. But you still want to posture, you still want to fight, but you're not planning to use any ults unless a significant advantage happens. So yeah, you fight, you start breaking Ryan's shield, they pop grab, you don't pop any ults, you just take the hit, and you just die. Alright, so now they don't have grab for next fight, but now you're probably 50 to Hanzo, 40 to Zarya, but you have these 3, right? So now all they have to defend you with, to beat you with next fight is Coalescence. That's all they have, if they don't pop it like this fight. So that drive push, you give them ult charge, but they don't have ult. There's no way they're gonna have ult. So now you guys just go into the next fight with all of your ults, and you all just press Q and win. So that's also something you can do.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
my bad.
Alright, let's see.
Nano.
Any of those options.
They're gonna be coming into this with grab.
I'm dead.
Okay, I'm just
all
gonna
I care about is that you guys make a plan. That's all I care about, and try and execute it.
get some more charge.
We'll
Alright, I have
work
Shatter.
on
We have
what's that
Shatter
he
and High
plays
Noon. We can
efficient.
electric.
Let's rotate high ground. We have tons of poke.
Yeah, no, let's rotate high ground.
Alright, let's fuck. Alright, they use walls now.
Break wall, Reaper left, break crowd. Rotate high.
Yeah,
Rotate
high
high.
ground.
Move.
Go.
They don't have a lot of deeps. Go.
Reaper pushing me. Reaper on me. Heal's fine. I'm
I
one.
got trap. It's okay.
Alright.
Hold
Let
on,
him
Come.
So this happened simply because we didn't talk a lick about their plan, like what else they have.
Alright. Drop on our Ryan's mark.
Alright, 3.
McCree,
I'm gonna stay up here and ult. I'm gonna stay up here and ult.
Drop.
Probably Adbon.
What's up?
It's probably due to Adbon not being, a tank and not being used to pathing.
True, but I mean, no matter what, if we would have talked about what we're going to do this fight, it would have gone better. We would have, the thing is, we never had a chance at winning this fight, really, because we didn't talk about what they had. It's the issue. It's what I'm getting at. Like we're, how many VOD reviews have I gone by saying that we haven't been outplayed yet. We just outplayed ourselves because we're never talking about anything. So we just kind of just run in. We just kind of play the game here. We just kind of press W. We're not talking about anything, and so we just had no plans of winning this fight ever.
Oh, Matt's really unlucky. One on
Down,
one.
final shield.
No, I'm one.
Dang. All right.
Fudge.
Alright, what
I
about
do
you?
up grab, do up grab.
I got their ulting Moira.
Use Nano and Creep.
Exactly. Yep. Right.
At least we got out Grab and Moira.
We did, but
Yeah. May.
yeah. All right. We didn't talk about SWAT, and we lost 2 ults in the process, and we completely gave them all economy. They just have all economy on us now. So now they have a chance to actually win the map. Because if they do what we're talking about and properly use their ults, we don't win. Because we just emptied our tank.
Though they wasted coalescence.
But if we talked about it before, we don't pop 2 ults that we don't need to pop.
That's huge.
They use coalescence.
Alright, let's just.
Yeah.
No, I think we should save
Let's
speed
switch,
boost.
They used it, but I got nanoed. If I
we
knew
need
that
a
I
nade
smattered
more
on
often. We
face.
need
Like all that talk that just happened is not needed at all. We're not talking about what's important. Right. So what's the fight lost?
McCree
I'm
had
gonna
us
stay up
ahead.
here and ult. I'm gonna stay up here and ult.
Drop.
Oh, Matt's really unlucky. One on
Down,
one.
final shield.
No, I'm one.
Dang. All right.
Fudge.
Alright, what
I
about
do
you?
up grab, do up grab.
No.
So, yeah, it was kind of tough because it looked like it was winnable, but it became lost very quickly. And it only became lost because they just wiped you guys. So pretty easy to tell that that's lost. So yeah, it's all this extra conversation that happens, not even needed. You guys have the floor. We're talking about next fight. We're not talking about what just happened. We're talking about next fight. So, what else did they use?
They used Grab, Moira.
What do we think they have?
Probably close to almost everything else.
Yeah, especially if we haven't seen it in a while.
If I was there, I probably would have said that they would. They'd probably have Shatter by then.
Probably, especially since they got a fat grab, right? And if you just swing in a grab, you kind of get Shatter. Especially if you fire strike, swing. You just have Shatter.
And
So yeah,
getting a lot of kills.
Yeah, he got, and it's a mid advance. It's tough to do, but seeing who got the kills and kill feed is a really big indicator of who has ult, or who's getting ult charge quickly, right? So it's it's tough to look at that, but that can really tip you off. So yeah. So now we look at what do we have? What do we have?
Mine.
Shatter.
Yep. So yeah, you can see we screwed ourselves royally here, right? We should have lost this.
I got their.
So what are we gonna do?
We use Shatter and hope that we take a few of them out.
Okay,
I would-
so
I
yeah,
would
go
say
ahead.
dry push.
That's a very good option. Because we do have time because we took it 99-0. That affords us a couple lost fights, right? We can take a dry push. It needs to be quick, but we can take a dry push and die, around 70, 80, and then we can make it back in time. So that is a very viable option. It needs to be it needs to be a quick dry push, but it can be a dry push and force out at least May ult or Reaper ult would be fantastic. It at least makes next fight winnable. Because if they have both of them, there's no way we should win this. No way.
Yeah.
They have
So yeah.
not to over ults.
What's up? Sorry.
They have had a tendency to overcommit ults to
Yeah.
in this game.
Yeah, and that's just at this level because they're not. Because I guarantee you they didn't do what we're talking about doing now, right? And that's talking about what in the heck we should be doing. They're not planning; they're just pressing Q, right? But that's why we're going over it because we're not going to be that kind of team. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to figure out what we're going to do. And then in the future, we're going to have, there's a part of shot calling where you have an A plan, a B plan, and a C plan. But we'll get there. Right now, we're just focusing on A plan.
Ulting.
Yeah, no, it's not as bad as you're thinking. We've actually already kind of done it. It's just the only difference is making the decision of which one's the A plan, which one's the B plan, which one's the C plan.
Moira though, they wasted coalescence.
That's huge.
They use coalescence.
All right, let's just.
Yeah.
No, I think we should save
Let's
speed
switch.
boost.
They used it, but I.
So yeah, we call Shatter. It's kind of the only option we have now. If we want to use Shatter, assuming we don't drive push, how do we want to Shatter? There's a couple things we could do. Getting creative is a very good option as well.
I was thinking maybe we could take this area over here, force them to pretty much come to us, and depending on how they come, we could have Ryan go around or push through them and just ult them. Just take advantage of like all the chaos and them not knowing what's going on.
To be sure,
that
we
works.
would. To be sure, I would call out to break Ryan's shield before I even think of shattering, and then bait out Zarya bubble.
Hell yeah, dude! I love it. That would be my number one. I like it. Kind of the name of the comp.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Sorry, I interrupted you. What's up?
No, you're good. Probably I would think we shouldn't go over here to just have May walls.
That's
If we
awesome.
push over here, we get walled off.
Forgot about May.
Okay, since you brought that up, that is a slightly advanced. So what? They have May wall, or they use May ult.
Yeah, and it's hard for us to get out.
Yeah, but we also have this guy, the strongest hero in the game, by the way.
Hey.
No, I'm not lying. Lucio is stupid good in this game. So this could be a bait. Hey, we're in a small hole. Why don't you May ult? And we just speed out.
Speed boost out.
Yep. So now we took out an ult for free. Right. That's something you can do. Right. Yeah. So getting creative is definitely an option. If you guys are willing to try it, just
Actually, if we did that, I think we would have baited out 2 ult.
possibly.
Because
Yeah.
Probably
we
the
did
Reaper
that-
combo.
Yeah, the Reaper would have probably been like, "Ooh, everybody's frozen. Let me ult."
Yeah. Now I will say Reaper is a little tougher to dodge, but it's possible, right? We have a Kree. We do have a Kree. So say Kree, save your flashbang for Reaper, and we bait out 2 ults. We can speed out and he flashbangs Kree, right? So we are prepared to win this fight with cooldowns. We are prepared, but we have to think about it. We have to talk about it, right? We don't sit here and go, oh man, last fight was unlucky. Oh man, you see what I did last fight? Yeah, no, don't. Those are useless comms. Those are useless comms. We need to talk about what's going on next fight. So yeah, shield break, shatter is fine. Baiting in here is fine. Drive push is also fine. Those are all good options as long as you guys pick one.
I got nanoed. If I knew that I.
And then Admon goes for a Reddit play, which is fine. Like again, flashy is good. I don't mind
Nade
flashy.
more often. We need a nade more often because we have Leanna and we are not nading. There's no.
But this plan is inherently bad with their comp.
There's
No,
reason to
alright,
have
so
Leanna.
bubble me, and we speed possess their shield. I just shatter all of them.
Why is that a terrible plan?
Because they got ult. They got 2 ults on the board.
That too, but they don't even need ults.
Sure.
But the Reaper may, if you speed into them, you're just asking to die.
Wow, Sparks,
Sorry.
it's like you've seen this before. It's like you've
They don't-
Well,
experienced
that's
this,
my
Sparks.
favorite thing when a Reinhardt comes charging into the team like, "I'm Reaper, you're gonna die." You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, no, Sparks is correct. Speeding past what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put a wall as soon as you speed past me. Guess what? Guess who's waiting for you at the other side of that wall?
Yeah.
So it's inherently bad. Watch.
Alright, let's go
She
left side
has
here,
the
left side
perfect
here.
opportunity
And when I call
to-
it.
I'm gonna spam shield.
Alright, 3, 2.
They don't even need ults to win this fight. Then they win next fight for free because they have 4 ults. They just need a cooldown to win this fight.
1.
And look, he's already split. All right, which I get.
Yeah.
It's a team fault because Ryan can't see what's behind him. So, but all she has to do is this and Maywall this, and they win. That's all they have to do. She Mays walls,
Go.
and then this is just them. Like she gets scared. I'm not sure why. She just gets scared and just does this. But then they shatter. Okay, so what? If Zarya bubbles herself and bubbles Ryan, this shatter hits nobody because Bubble blocks shatter. right? So, two things, like, this plan was just inherently bad. It works, but it was just inherently bad.
Go, go, go.
All of them!
Huge anti, huge anti.
May, the May could have been sometimes May is going to the ice block, and then when she pops out, because the focus is not on her, and then she May ults. That's.
Yep.
I wanna think that's what he was doing. So.
You're giving him too much credit, but hey, you know what? We will say that's what she was thinking. Yes.
It's okay. Maybe
she was big brain.
Mays are like that sometimes. So.
She was big brain, exactly. So this fight's won. We're at 99 though. So I mean, like, very good pointing out that it's won. That's exactly what you should be. But we are at 99. So at this point, I would just be focusing on calling a target and just making sure everyone dies. Don't let some Lucio, freaking Mario, you guys until their team gets back. All right. Call a target.
Got three.
One.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
one.
Like, we don't sit there doing the target calling you over 30 minutes for nothing.
Sorry, one. Sorry, one. Nice.
Man.
Man low. One.
So we
Alright.
that's something I'll say.
Alright.
We're not getting mine.
I'm not sure, because obviously
I
that's
think
gonna
this
took
one oh no, I don't get
way
in
too
yet.
long. Yeah, we're not gonna go over dive. We don't have
No,
time
we're good.
for it.
Aw.
I know, yeah. Well, I'll hit it in a review this weekend probably. Cause we're gonna do dive again Friday anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, I do want to see it now, especially, like, I was really shocked that your tracer was as good as it was. It wasn't. I don't know about. I couldn't see mechanically, but you're at the right place at the right time a lot. So I was
I
very
was?
shocked. Yeah.
Oh.
Because a lot of times, I think even, did you play Tracer on? No, not, okay, no. But yeah, like on route, there was a lot of times where,
Yeah.
there was a lot of times where someone had called somebody one, and then you were on that person a lot, which is exactly Tracer's role. She finishes kills, and you were there a lot. So I was impressed.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't care about icon hold, I don't think. I mean, I do, but we don't have time. So. God, this is a monster to record, dude. I hate root inside.
Yeah.
Bad.
I had no idea what angle to get. Come on.
Boy, yes. There's no need.
Fucking
Yo, I'm benched.
So
Alright. So now, we start over. What are questions?
What is her comp good at?
Yep. So, what are we good at?
dive.
Diving. Jumping on an enemy.
We are, yep. And what else?
Why are we on gas?
We're really good at punishing people for being out of position.
And
Poking and running out.
that too. Yep. Something a little
Chasing.
bit more subtle. That's a really good one. But we are very good at vertical mobility. So, which is kind of what Nox just said, like getting in and getting out. High ground is your best friend. We need to. So we talked a lot about space that we own, contested space, and space that the enemy owns. In dive, the same rules apply, but it's freaking fudged. Because we kind of own wherever we decide to own. Is kind of what dive is, but it still applies. So we'll go over that more in depth later.
that's where all the heroes are.
Hey, Ad, can you scout?
They have a boss, so they're running dive.
Maybe. Tracer, yeah, they're on dive. Hold, ball.
Very unique dive.
Yeah. So now, and I don't know if you know TBK. Do you know what happens after 15 seconds?
No.
Do you know
You
Knox?
can press tab to see the enemy team.
Thank you,
Oh.
Knox. I appreciate it,
Oh,
Knox.
okay. I was like, I didn't know what the question. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
We
the
can see
enemy.
who's on the enemy team.
Exactly. So it is definitely you and the other support's job to make sure. And I wouldn't like freaking no, not you don't. You are focused on getting in position somewhere. So yeah, I wouldn't say that's Knox's job here. It is Lucio and Anna's job. It is the support's job in this case to make sure that we know what the hell their comp is.
Which is also dive.
We should not freaking be engaging. We're not. I'm just saying we should never be engaging without knowing what their comp is because we have to talk about what's our plan of attack. Right. So what's their comp?
It's also a dive comp.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, they're good at jumping on someone who's out of position and jumping wherever they need to, getting in and out of places quick.
Right. Yeah, so they're also a mobile dive comp, so timing and target focus becomes even more crucial because they can escape just as easily as we can escape anything.
Yeah.
Something else, and we'll hit this harder probably on the weekend. But if when you see something like this, so in dive you want to obviously attack a immobile target if possible. Do they have an immobile target?
Anna.
Yes, but we also do as well.
Yeah.
But they do have an Ana, so she generally, if she's open, will be your target. So yeah. What are since we're both dive? What are both? Yeah. So let's finish the question. Since we're both dive, what are our comps bad at?
Distance damage.
Not so much. We have
Really?
no. We have Tracer,
sides.
who is friggin' Goku. Like she's just not gonna, she can blink wherever she wants to. Doomfist, you're pretty correct in that. Doomfist hates distance himself, but so I would say Doomfist is weak to distance. He is weak to distance. He hates snipers. But dive as a comp, nah, we could just jump on a sniper if we decide. So I wouldn't say long distance is really our weakness here.
Long fights.
Yes, we do somewhat hate long fights. We're more neutral to long fights. It's actually a fairly decent tactic with dive to have long fights. But it depends on what kind of long fights. So we'll talk about that at a later date.
I'd say we're all kind of allergic to the payload.
We are very allergic to the payload. And so what kind of fight likes, what kind of style likes to be for payload?
Bunker.
That's true,
High
but
defense.
I wouldn't say that's what we really hate brawl. So it's kind of a combination of what we said. Like you guys were skirting around it. We hate long fights, but we hate long fights against brawl. Depending. This is crazy. That's why dive is like kind of the alpha comp. You can't kill it, but it takes a long time to kill you, possibly. So you hate fights. You hate long fights on cart because one, you can't like against brawl because you can't stay on cart because brawl wins on cart. So you have to always leave. So you have to get in, kill someone in an instant, and then leave. Or else brawl just wins because they have more sustain than you do. So yeah, and so we get to what Nox was saying, get in and get out style of dive, where the reason, high ground is king on dive. High ground is absolutely king because you can do what with dive?
Just drop, not have to use cooldowns.
Freaking, yeah, exactly. You can drop, without using your cooldowns, and then you can just use your cooldowns to get back up, right? So that's why you abuse high grounds to dive. But remember, as you leave, payload then starts moving, right? So you're on a time limit with your dives, right? So that's the difficulty of dive, but it's so good because you can't die, generally, right? You can't be killed because you're too mobile. Reinhardt can't jump on top of a gas station. Actually, he can. If Cart's right here, he can jump on the sign and then hop on gas station. But generally, Reinhardt can't get on high ground. So yeah, that's a very small version of what dive is good and bad against. But we are dive. We are looking for Ana. And so yeah, that's our game plan here. You got to make sure that's talked about.
Oh, Winston.
Genji too.
Taze and Genji, I need hit.
So at this point, we should be looking for Ana. As soon as she's found, we say, okay, Ana's on cart. And so now we just have to figure out how and when we want to dive Ana. That's not the support's job. That's the tanks and the DPS's job. So Pasty, what are some things we want to look for in attacking an Ana and Colo Step and so whatever?
We need to watch for her sleep.
Do you care about sleep?
Yeah, if I'm diving, I don't want to get slept and then not be able to get out. And unless I get fucking teamed up on.
Diva.
Do you care about sleep? Remember the short dive session we did? If you and Diva engage at the same time, and you guys arrive at Ana at the same time, she can't sleep because Diva's going to be matrixing you.
Sure, never mind.
So if you make a clean dive and get your jump pack melee on top of her, Diva with micro missiles, Tracer also following up, and maybe Doomfist if he's also there, that Ana's deleted, right? So dive. That's why we practice just a little bit diving and counting. So we'll talk about the mechanics probably this weekend.
Yeah, don't mind me. I've got 0 IQ right now.
Nah, you're good, dude. I can tell you're tired. It's all good, man. I am too. It's just been one of those days, one of those weeks. But yeah, dive is all about timing. You want to engage in the target at the same time if you can, and that way the target just gets deleted. So yeah, you don't. If it's a projectile person you're diving, you don't care. You just dime it with your Diva and you go. So, but yeah, is Ana right now in a good position for us to actually commit onto her?
Oh, where is Ana? No.
Okay, why not?
Payload.
She's also with her team.
The team's all around her.
Right.
Yeah.
Generally, so yeah, she is not in a good spot to do anything about. So yeah, we're just going to Lamb I think explained it at the beginning of this round or the next round about soft and hard engages. So when there's not a diveable target and when we just want to chill and force out cooldowns and build ults because dive cooldowns are fairly low. So because we are a mobile comp, we get our cooldowns quicker than the enemy comp generally. Now it's dive, so it's going to be kind of the same. So it's pretty much all about timing and cooldown usage. But generally, like if we're diving a brawl comp, our cooldowns come back faster than they do. But to just bait all that stuff out and to just create openings, you soft dives, which you usually do from high ground. You just drop onto them. So yeah, so you just drop down onto them and you just engage and you just get out. You're not kidding. You're not trying to kill. You're just trying to bait out cooldowns and you're just trying to build ult charge. You're not even intending to kill someone. You're trying to make them make a mistake. And so that's called a soft engage. But a hard engage is when we're going in with cooldowns and we're intending to kill somebody. So that's the difference between soft engage and hard engage. So right now there's no opening, so we're just soft engaging, and so it's also counterintuitive to the way people normally think. But payload push is okay. Payload push is really good for dive because it opens up the area, right? It opens up the area. Right now we're forced to dive on cart, which we really don't want to do because we have to use cooldowns. So we want to let payload get in this area. This is where we want payload to be. So we can just drop, jump back up, drop, jump back up. Supports. So I can talk about staging in a little bit. So the first part to dive is always to stage, which is a safe area that you can go to, and then leave and then can come back to. That's called a staging area. That's where you start your dives from. And that's generally where your supports are going to hang out, and that's a safe place for your supports. So yeah, supports. You guys need to talk with the team and figure out, hey, where are we staging? We asked that question, where are we staging? Because that's where, you know, around that area or in view of that area is where you want to be. So Cookie's in a decent spot on gas station. I actually really like over here personally, but he's in a decent spot on gas station, and this is where we started from. This is our staging area.
Heals, Ana. Heal me.
See you.
Ana, heal Winston.
So yeah, both of our tanks are on low ground. All right, they could have retreated back to high ground and gotten healed by Ana. Because of this, Slam is in danger of dying now. If he was on gas station, he'd be perfectly fine. So he kind of messed this up right now. And again, because we didn't talk about soft engaging or hard engaging, we have one person hard engaging, we have two people not engaging at all. So, you know, dive has to be synchronized, right? And we're not synchronized at all.
Genji won.
Yo.
Okay. And so their monkey realized that our Ana was free, so he tries. Oh, by the way, never dive an Ana alone unless you know she doesn't have cooldowns. But yeah, so he forces Cookie off of gas station, so now, you know, we talked about space. They just took this space from us. Now they own gas station for a bit. Now we can retake it, right? Because if we want to. So that's just tanks, DPS have to be. It's the goal of dive is constantly changing. Now we lost our staging area. Maybe we need to retake it, or maybe their monkey just committed a cooldown. We have our cooldowns. We have our cooldowns back. Monkey is now out of the fight if we take the fight over here. So now we jump cart and we jump their Ana. Monkey can't help. He's stuck. Alright, he's stuck on gas station because he uses cooldown. So now we can delete Ana while Monkey's away. Right? So just something else. The plan is always changing with dive. It has to be that quick.
Commit Winston.
Yeah, he's not winning.
Chaser won a recall.
Winston, monkey.
Monkey won.
We're
I
sleeping.
need yelling
Stop
behind.
that.
One bolt.
So yeah, you see how we're taking the fight on the ground? We don't want to be doing this. We're brawling. We're not a brawl comp, but we're playing it like it's a brawl comp.
Genji no dash.
And TBK with you in dive, your number one priority is protecting the old lady. If we're playing Ana, that is your number one priority. You don't have to stick to her, but you need to know where she is at all times. Yeah, and you are speeding her everywhere. You're booping anyone away from her. You're protecting her completely.
Okay.
Genji no back.
But if she's safe, then you're with the tanks.
This behind.
Get this, Genji.
Monkey
This
on me.
is
Monkey
just simply us not target focusing. We're attacking 6 different targets, and
on me.
you know,
Monkey low.
they just target focus better.
Monkey.
I'm
Get
body
out.
blocking
Get
him.
out of there.
I think we lose the same way, yeah.
Don't body block this kill.
So you see how they got us in a corner? Now if we were just hopping up and down from gas station, this never would have happened.
Well, I was body blocking while shooting him. I have my ult
Two
up.
down.
Well, I was blocking while shooting him.
So when is this fight lost?
Monkey on me. Monkey on me.
Monkey low.
Monkey.
I'm
Get
body
out.
blocking
Get
him.
out of there.
Monkey.
Don't body block this kill.
Well, I was body blocking while.
We lost.
Is it winnable?
Possibly. We still have a good healer.
We're even.
Oh wait,
But we're
no,
out of
never
here.
mind. I was looking at the other team.
I do that too. What's that, TBK?
I said we're even, but we're out of healers.
Yep, so that just means it's still winnable, but that just means target focus is at a premium now because we're on borrowed time. They have a stronger healer than us, so they can now outlast a long fight, but we can't last in a long fight. So target focus is at an utmost premium. We have to delete people now. So we commit to coming in, so that brings ultimates into play. So this is fine. We just don't execute, which is fine. I'm not going to criticize that.
As you criticize it in game.
Oh, did I? Oh, well, I criticized Kitty, I think. Yeah. Yeah, he was like on the ground. Just whatever.
In high ground.
So, what didn't we do here?
We didn't take high ground.
Right. But also, so, yeah, obviously, forgot. Fight's lost, we should either be talking. So what are we talking about?
What else did they use?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they used. What they used? No, they used Nano and Blade.
I keep looking at the wrong team.
Yeah. They used Nano Blade, but that's all they used.
Yep, so what do we think they have?
Probably almost every other ult, I would guess. Just because that was a little bit of a longer fight.
That's the big key. If it's a longer fight, they're probably close to the majority of their roles. So that's good to recognize if it's a longer short fight. Okay, so what else do we have?
We've got Beat, Tracer, and Nano. And probably Doom soon. He builds pretty quick.
Go.
Which, by the way, I'm garbage at Tracer's ult.
That's all good.
It's like the one thing I can't get. Sometimes I do, but
yeah, just go into a custom game and just put on post bomb on high and just freaking stick people for 10 minutes.
that's a good idea.
So yeah, we figured out what our ults have. We think we know what they have. What are we going to do?
Oh.
It's tough. Dive is hard. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah.
That's why I've waited a month, and we're still haven't even cracked the surface. So hopefully we get in depth this weekend on it.
Well, I would think Tracer's ult tends to, at least from my understanding, it's kind of like a throwaway ult. You just kind of use it as you get it.
You're right, yeah.
Because it builds quick. But I would say maybe Nano someone.
Mm-hmm.
Save Beat for Hail Mary, save the fight.
Possibly. We can talk about those too. So yeah, in dive, support ults and tank ults are really huge.
Okay.
DPS ults, unless you're Genji, so I mean, they're kind of like you generally you can plan pretty heavily around DPS ults, but tank ults and support ults are really where dive thrives a lot because they create more opportunities.
Mm.
So, who would we want to nano here? If we're going the nano route, who do we want to nano?
I mean, I was gonna say Doom, but I personally I would nano Diva. Just because when I've played Diva and gotten nanoed, I could pretty much carry a fight. I know we can.
Okay.
Maybe Monkey.
Why Monkey?
Monkey's gonna jump right onto the point and could deal a lot of damage to a grouped up team in a short time.
Yeah. So, Diva's probably not the best. She is more of a panic situation. If Monkey's dead, then yeah, sure, nano Diva. But yeah, you can either nano Doom or you can nano Monkey. Nano Monkey is really good because I don't know if a lot of people really don't know that Nano Monkey, just with his regular M1, actually does more damage than Genji Blade.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, over the duration of his just tasing people, he does more damage than Genji Blade. It just obviously doesn't happen as fast, right? That's why Genji Blade's all nice and flashy because it kills in 2 swipes. But Monkey over the course does more damage than Genji Blade. And Nano Monkey is also really good because if he can tase a lot of people on Nano, he gets Primal really quickly. That you can basically give him a fight's worth of ult charge with Nano and just regular M1 if he can get a lot of tase on people, and he can just straight up delete their Ana if he chooses.
That was my reasoning with Diva since she was so close, but I didn't realize he could probably get full charge from.
Yeah, yeah, he can get. If a good Nano Monkey right now would get him up to 70, just this fight. So yeah, so Nano Monkey is really good. It's extremely good. And then just if he decided to nano him and just go delete their Ana, he could, or with Diva. So but Doomfist is also good, especially if he has ult. Because I don't know if you know, but nanoing Doomfist when he ults doesn't the nano won't expire while he's in the air ulting. So he'll always have nano whenever he chooses as it comes down. So Nano Doomfist is also really good. And then
isn't Doomfist ult a one-hit kill if you're in radius?
If you're in the center circle, yeah. But they nerfed it a while back, so if you're outside that center circle, maybe the second one, I can't remember, it won't kill you.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it lands on top of you, it'll kill a squishy. It won't kill like a tank or somebody, but it'll kill a squishy. So Nano Doom is really good. So now, if and we'll go over this in the singular VOD review, TBK, but I'll make mention of it now because it's important. If they had, okay, what ults on their side would you be saving your ult for?
Genji Blade.
Right.
If they threw that out.
Exactly. So they do not have Genji Blade. I just used it. So what can we do this next fight?
We could engage with Beat.
It's an option. Beat engaging is an option, and Beat is a stupidly strong ult because you're giving the people 700 extra HP. It's stupid. So you can win a fight straight up by just Beat. So I would probably rather us Beat engage here, and then Nano afterwards if we have to.
I feel like a Beat engage would be kind of a waste just because their spawns are so close to the payload at this point.
Well, I'm assuming point B here.
Okay.
If that's what you, yeah, I'm not assuming point. Well, I'll tell you, talking about like back there. I mean,
yeah,
you win the fight, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I mean, we gain more ults.
Yeah, so. Yeah, dive is the reason you play dive. Jumping in, jumping out is to build ult charge as well as create opportunities. Dive is so much about ult. If you don't have ult charge, then dive isn't. If you're not getting ult charge, then dive isn't that scary. But because of the way you play dive, just constantly building ult charge, you can stagger a Diva Bomb and win a fight. You can like stagger or prime. So you can use just Diva Bomb to win a fight. You can use just Tank, just Winston to win a fight. You can use Nano to win a fight. You can use Beat to win a fight. You can use any of the DPS ults to win a fight. And then by the time the rotation's over, you start the rotation over again because now your tanks have ults again. Now your supports have ults again. Now so you just fight after fight after fight. Somebody has an ult on dive. So if you stagger them out well and play the dive well, you just can't. You're always a threat, right? There will rarely be a dry fight if you're doing it well, but it's hard to do it well.
Our Ana or their Ana?
Ours.
Mine.
Position high ground.
So yeah, here we, for some reason, are allergic to awesome high ground, or even just well, not right there because they can just shoot us, but we can chill. Yeah. We can chill here. We can chill here. I mean, if we really wanted to engage early, we could just chill behind here a bit. So positioning with dive, this is a better point to talk about it. And again, we'll go over it in more detail later. But tanks are usually one place, and DPS are never together. As DPS and dive, you hate each other, just like a double sniper. You hate each other. You don't want to be around each other. You talk about your mamas. You know, Doofus insulted your daddy. I don't know, whatever. Like, you hate each other. Tracer can be set up over here. Doofus can be set up here. And you guys are just engaging on someone at the same time. But that's the staging for DPS. Tanks are staging somewhere, but DPS are also staging and just lurking, right? So that's an idea. That's how you want to position a dive. And we just lost. They're in here, so we have plenty of time to stage. When we attack, though, if we win a fight, we are taking this high ground. We are not letting them have it. As soon as this card is pushed, or as soon as we know this card is pushed, 5 people will be pushed up. Tanks will be up here somewhere, or here, and then DPS will be posturing. Like we are not. They're not getting point B for free. They're not even allowed in point B for free. So we're going to be aggressive.
Ah, shit.
Sorry, I tried to hear you.
Back
That's
up.
alright.
I need that one, sir.
Kind of just stood there waiting.
I'm
I
backing
tried to
up.
hear, but up there.
I'll get her up here back. Not a good start to the fight.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, that's just us not deciding that we should start the fight. We had no business being even outside yet, or at least not on the ground. We're dive tanks, right? Be up top. We're dive tanks.
This Tracer's
can
running
fly.
amok. Nox, can you just dedicate yourself to keeping her under bounds?
So they're monkey staging, right? Their monkey's getting ready. Their Genji, see, their Genji's in a different place than their monkey. Their Tracer's not really helpful, but she's there. At least she's not with her Genji. And Ball's doing things as too. So I don't, well, you know, it's whatever. But they are somewhat posturing, you know.
Monkey on high ground, he dropped.
Yep.
They have 2 on high ground.
Yeah. So now they look better.
Yeah.
Now they look better. And then I think Tracer's over there. Now they look better. Now they're prepared to not let you guys in here for free. And the difficulty that you guys face right now, you have to engage onto them with cooldowns. They don't have to do anything. So you guys are at a significant disadvantage, and that's just the victory of winning point A. Yeah, who's that on card? Ana?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we can't get to her, right? We have no way of getting to
Yeah.
her. So, you know, that's just, we have to figure out how to break this. Not gonna go over it, but just kind of getting a sneak peek as to
Just if you see
Diving
her.
high ground?
I'm not
what we can do. So
ready.
we just have to take
Half
our
the
ground.
map.
Be up, high ground.
Take it by himself.
Come on,
Tracer.
Tracer behind right now.
So yeah.
Got a dip.
She
Genji
left.
down.
Can't see her.
Reloading.
High ground again.
See you guys.
You
Got
need
Lucio.
Tracer right side, Tracer left side on me. She's on her Ana.
Trying to look.
I'm on card. I need help card. I
Tracer
need
in the
help
far
card.
back. She's gonna be coming towards you, Kitty.
I'm
Okay.
just to get
She's gonna
out.
stay with her Ana.
Grabbing Mega. Monkey in our back line.
Hey, Tracer behind, Tracer behind.
So let me know when this is one.
Nice.
Bow one. Bow one.
Back up, careful.
Got
Yo,
ball.
on you, double tanks
one.
on you. I'm with.
Yep. You could argue that when Tracer died it was one, but it's okay to wait. I would probably say no ults though when I saw 2 people die. But it's okay not to call it one and to keep calling targets. And not to talk about what we need to talk about. Like later when the fight is won. But now we know the fight is won, so yeah, we talk about what the heck we need to do. So let's go through our rotations.
What ults were used? And
Yep.
that was Tracer, Ball, and Beat. And Monkey.
Yep.
My bad.
Yep. Alright. So what do we have?
What would you use? Bomb. We have Tracer, Nano, and Beat.
Yep. Alright. What are we gonna do?
Well, we could do Beat Engage. That we just talked about.
Next fight.
Yeah. Or we could Nano Monkey. He'd be really close to a ult.
Alright, so yeah, we are in an interesting situation.
We should actually probably save beat for bleed.
Yeah, exactly. That's for sure. You can. It's safe to assume that he probably has it. It's okay if he doesn't. It's okay if you hold beat just to be sure. That's not a bad thing. It's okay to hold beat and just make sure either I'm saving it for Genji because I think he has it, or I really need to use it for some other situation. Both are okay. So yeah, this is a tough situation because we know they just empty their tank. We're somewhat sure, or we're just hesitant that these two may have their ults. Um, so we're saving beat for that, and Nano, we just kind of deal with the Nano target either by running away from it or all committing onto that target. Just whatever. It's a spur of the moment kind of decision. So we can, yeah, he said we could Nano Monkey. That is an option. We could just Nano Monkey and they look for an open target. It doesn't have to be Ana. Any target who, like, I mean, if you think you see Tracer use all 3 of her cooldowns, she now becomes a dive target because she has no cooldowns. If you see Genji use dash, he now becomes a dive target. If you see Monkey use jump, he now becomes a dive target. So if you see Ball use hook, not the best dive target, but he does become a dive target. So things like that. Like, anyone can become a dive target. If any mobile hero can become a dive target if they use their cooldowns. So
would our sorry.
No, you're good.
So would our supports be calling out the cooldowns and then targeting?
They can definitely call cooldowns, and that can be up to the team, but generally no. Their supports
just.
I mean, they can call they can call the cooldowns, like, because they can see things, but they won't see everything because they don't know Tracer back here. You know, they can't see Tracer, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if they see something, they can definitely call it. That's something that they're not allowed to call, right? But yeah, they can call that. But I would say targeting is left up to the tanks and the DPS for sure.
Okay.
Because you guys are the ones that, if possible, are staging, so you're looking for openings. The tanks can call, okay, there's no opening, so we just off engage here. So everyone just kind of goes in and gets out. Goes in, gets out until someone sees, and that can be anyone, someone sees, hey, Genji no dash, left ramp, alright? And then everyone commits over there, right? Anyone can call that. Doomfist used all 3 cooldowns. Tracer used 3 blinks. Monkey dove in by himself. Like, all those are calls that trigger a hard engage. So, dive is a very patient, very observant comp, right?
I think we could use work on, like, because you mentioned up left ramp. That's easy to tell. Earlier they mentioned Tracer being left, and I was lost trying to look for her because I couldn't find her anywhere.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's something we're going to do a little bit more. I don't know if you recognized when Lamb and I and my buddy had to fill in for the target calling drill. I'm not sure if you were there or not. I don't remember. The last one we did. But yeah, if you heard me talking, I was saying McCree left, McCree main, McCree right. Zarya left. I was calling location with my targets. So there's not just target calling that needs to happen. You have to have target location as well. That's just a natural part of calling a target. So I'll be adding that on to the next time we do the drill. But yeah, you're right. Location has to be called as well.
And I feel like that, like using left, right, mid, it would probably be better for if we're all holding like the same choke, but like
yeah,
we're kind of like all over. Well, before this, we were we had some over here, some here, some here. So left could be here, and like we don't recognize everyone's voices yet.
Yeah, right. So that's those are the word is escaping me, but there are names for specific locations. Like, this is, like, if I were playing, I'd say Monkey on Saloon. This is called Saloon. This is called Crosswalk. This is Garage. That place on point A is Gas Station. I would say Tracer inside Saloon, right? First floor. Tracer inside Saloon, second floor, right? So that's, or someone's in Mega, right? And Garage Mega. You give, or someone's inside Old Spawn, right? So yeah, you eventually, as time goes on, learn the call out. That's what it's called, call outs. So they're called, over time you learn the call outs, and yeah, that's part of just growing and learning. But yeah, it's you're right, and it's an important part, and it needs to happen, but we'll get there.
I'm with you. Kill him. Get him. I'm with you. Monkey down.
Dragon.
Couple tanks on you. I'm with you.
Oh, one.
Back up. Careful.
So yeah, did we already talk about? Okay, we talked about the possibilities. Okay. So yeah, we know we can nano monkey. Nano monkey can get him as primal, so then he can primal after he gets nanoed. That's also a thing. Tracer can. I would say like if you're Tracer, your ult is independent. Like you use it as you see fit. If you think you can get a stick on a squishy, you do it. You freaking do it. But Doomfist ult needs to be comboed with the team generally, or you know he can go in hard and then use it to escape or whatnot. And then yeah, we said we're saving beat for Blade, and so yeah, so that's kind of the plan. There is no set plan. We have a number of plans, but we have an A plan, which is right. Nano Monkey, that's our A plan right now, and then the B plan is what we just talked about, just all the various things that can happen.
Yo, on you. Jim, I'm gonna side underneath on the mega by the stairs.
He's getting
left
harmed.
side mega.
Right now.
Yeah, you heard what Lame
Tracer and
said. By the mega, underneath mega by the stairs. You know?
Okay.
So just kind of, that talk will just become natural as time goes on, as we keep hammering it in.
He's mid.
Mid, yeah. Close to primal. Hey, nano me in.
Oh.
So yeah, he called for the nano, but again, that should have been called way back when we know the last fight was won. Like we shouldn't be talking about what we're doing right now. Especially in dive, the comms now need to be clear for these guys, this dude. Where are you, Nox? Where are you at?
I have no fucking clue.
Where are you? He's not dead. Where'd he go? I know he's here. Let's see. Where'd you go?
Trisha, where?
Tunnel. Right now. No, she's not mid. She's mid.
Mid, yeah. Close to primal. Hey, nano me in when I go.
Oh, you must have been. Oh, you're like.
I was behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah. So yeah, comms need to be cleared for you people. So you guys are now analyzing the situation, seeing who's open. So we know our primary target is in the back safe, where she's generally going to be. So right now we're waiting for their team to either make a move or get a little bit more spread out so we can attack.
Chasing a recall.
Alright, nano me now, Kitty. I'm jumping. You ready?
Yeah, and he calls it because I know he sees Anna semi by herself, and if Winston Diva die for her with an Nano Winston, she will die here. Her Lucio it looks like he's there, so a little bit of trouble, but your Nano Winston will freaking murder this Anna. So that's why he calls it.
Nano?
Tracer.
Yeah, and she Admon goes in with him, and she gets deleted. I think she dies on impact, which is how clean that dive was.
Jumping. You ready? Nano?
Yeah. Like as soon as he lands, she dies because he gets the tase, the nano tase, the jetpack damage, and an uppercut. Right. That's how dive works. And you guys had a lot of good examples of dive.
Tracer.
Especially Numani.
Us?
Get you one. Get you one.
Killing Chaser.
So what point is this fight won or lost?
Chaser dead.
No,
One.
Yeah.
Get you one.
Killing Chaser. Chaser dead.
no.
So now, conversation starts. They can keep calling targets, but as a team, they kind of need to be trained. Okay, we can call targets, but now we don't need to echo and do the obnoxious echoing that we've been trying to learn, and just call a target and then let you guys speak and figure out what to do next. So yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's our game plan here?
Well, did they use any ults? I don't think they did, right?
I don't think so either.
And then what else do we have? Which we
Yeah.
still have Beat and Monkey. We just use Nano and Doom.
Well, yeah, we don't. I mean, you can say what you use, but you know it's not that important, right? We're talking about what we're gonna just to help with if the conversation becomes tight on time. You don't need to say what we just did. It's okay to speak about it if we have plenty of time, but you know.
Yeah.
Generally, the teams know we just did because we kind of won the fight, so we kind of hear our Ana nanoing Doomfist or something. Just generally.
The big thing. Yeah. We wanna save Beat, I think, for that Nano, or for Blade. And it might combo Nano Blade.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We're not gonna talk about how to defend that. So yeah, it's been 2 hours. I always say after 2 hours, anyone is free to leave. I never want to hold you guys over 2 hours. So appreciate you coming. If you want to say you are free though, I mean if too many people leave, then I'll just stop. But if you want to, if you are free to go though. I'm trying to figure out, is there something else I do want to look at?
I'll stay.
I would like to leave. Oh, don't sound so excited, Nox. Okay, so I played Hana. I can't see Hana, and I had to come in on Nuvani at some point to lame and leave.
Oh God, yeah, I have a lot of trouble with Sombra, practicing her, but.
Okay. All right. If you are staying in Nox, then I do want to see attack, and then I want to focus on your Tracer a little bit, and then I'll do this last bit. Are you staying TBK for a bit?
Yeah, I'm staying for a little bit.
Okay, cool. I will focus on you two then, for sure.
Okay.
That's no.
My stats gone.
Indeed.
We're attacking now, right? Yeah.
Push it. Quick. Alright.
Ryan.
Evo do.
So, generally what we learned from, well, we probably didn't learn anything because I'm speaking, but what I would say at this point, so our tanks are going to, so our staging area, we always have a staging area, and spawn, when we come up, walk out of spawn, the staging area is whatever they give us, right? They don't have to give us any staging area. They can freaking sit in front of spawn if they want to, and just wave at us from the spawn door, and we can't do anything about it. So we have our staging areas from inside spawn, and that's not fun. But they gave us all of this road as a staging area, so this is where we commit our dive from. They gave us the road, and they gave us this high ground. But because dive, we can make whatever space we want to. And so as Tracer, your job is to kind of explore what's our space. So a really good, and you're always just wanting to be in position to be in, you want to be in the best spot that you can be to get to wherever is needed. And up here is a good one, not so much like right now because we see that they're looking at us, and us walking up here probably isn't the safest idea. Just because it exposes a bit more, but we can take this tunnel, and now we're in their back, and we're just kind of just moseying along. You know, we're pretty good. We're safer because, you know, we have a lot of cover in this tunnel, so we're pretty safe here. So that this will be a normal Tracer rollout. And then, like, if you see that no one's around, you can blink behind gas, like blink over here, and then if they're going, if they're on a Rhine comp, they're probably not on high ground, you can just kind of chill up here, and then you can just wait on the dive. Maybe they decide to dive Widow, maybe they decide to dive someone who's over here, and see, since your stays here, you can go anywhere. You're ready to go anywhere, right? So that's what you want to be looking for as Tracer. You're ready to go anywhere, at any time. And the tanks, your team will know eventually that they are waiting for you. Like, they are waiting for the DPS to say, I'm ready. They can, like, the tanks, unless someone's just wide open that they know they can solo and get out alive, they shouldn't be going without you guys giving the ready call.
Doom Widow.
Doom Widow? Can we dive Widow though?
Get her to use your slam to get her grapple out.
Actually, we can dive on her. She's on gas station.
Yeah, so that's a good call. So yeah, you were just, I know, you know, it's your first time playing Tracer in like comp setting or dive team setting, so I understand. But if you were here, you could potentially be ready to dive, to be in there with them as they dive Ana. If they were to call out Ana on high ground, then it does make sense for you now to come up here. But you also heard that they have a widow, so it's kind of not, right? You like now you need the information of where is widow, because if you don't know where widow is, you don't expose yourself. Like just take the low ground, like be safe. Assume widow is everywhere until you know where she's not. So you don't know where widow is because they didn't call it. It's not your job to like peek unnecessarily to find widow. There's certain ways as DPS you do that, but like you don't just stick your head out where you think, like definitely not where the focus of the fight is, which is obviously on card. So widow is already looking that direction probably, so you're not going to put your head out there.
Right.
But yeah, we want to be tunnel here, or we hear Ana's on card. Okay, you need to go. Okay, I heard they have widow. Where the heck is she? Your team needs to be telling you that. If they want your help, they have to help you. They have to help you get there. Help you, help them.
Gas station, okay, hold on.
And then Lucio, we have an Ana. So we're sticking with Ana if there's any chance of her being attacked. They're on a Reinhardt account before they were on dive. That means she's in she's in a lot of danger. So you have to be keeping an eye on her. But they're on Ryan, Zarya, Widow, Doomfist. Doomfist, Ana, Moira. So who would you say is Ana's biggest threat?
Well, depending on if Ana's positioning is good, she can stay out of the sight lines of Widow.
Our Ana or their Ana?
If our Ana is in a good position, then you're saying like what's the biggest threat against our Ana?
Yes, sorry, yes, against our Ana.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm probably not Widow just because she can stay out of the sight lines, but probably Doom.
Yeah.
Definitely Doom. So that is your one and when you're with Ana, that's your one and only job is to protect her from Doom. And you do that really well. A boop really messes up Doom, diving in Ana, and then your speed boost really messes up Doom. Now your Ana has to help you because she needs to be holding corners. The corners are Doom's biggest weakness. So if you can speed Ana around a corner, Doom can't kill her. Yeah. So that's, like you said, good positioning is all. The dive is 100% positioning. Good positioning wins dive all the time. So yeah. Yep. So when you're looking at their comp, you need to be realizing who's my job, right? Sometimes it's everybody, but sometimes it's just one person. Sometimes it's nobody, and in this case, it's Doomfist. So yeah, you need to be tracking Doom 100%. If he even looks like he's looking at your Ana, you need to get ready. But other than that, you need to be with your dive. So you do you are legit diving with them. You find a way to skate your butt over here and attack with them.
Okay.
Yep. And a little fun note about dive. Dive is not a comp where everyone is meant to come back alive. Dive is meant to take casualties. So there will be fun cases where you need to let her die if it means that you guys will have a bigger trade. It's not fun, but it's part of dive. Not everyone is meant to come back alive.
Dive on a gas station. She has bubble. Careful.
So they were totally ready for it, and they bow with her, and she gets out alive. But that's fine, because what happens to this fight now?
We've taken high ground.
Exactly. We now have control of high ground, and they're against the brawl comp. We can attack whomever, however we want, right? So that's a perfect example of taking over staging. We didn't have to kill anyone. Like, we didn't kill anyone, that's fine. How'd you get up here, Nox?
I blinked from across.
Frick, dude. Yeah, heck yeah, dude. Awesome. Yeah. I would say, like, she is looking at you. But that's why Tracer's good. She's hard to hit.
I think I went I didn't notice they were diving from here, so I think I went around and then blinked over here.
Dive on it, on a gas station. She has
Alright.
bubble. Careful.
Okay, I'll go with that. Like,
Dive on it.
like that's not your fault. The tanks will know to. I mean, sometimes dives do happen that quickly. That's not fair for me to say like the tanks did bad because Admon did react correctly or quickly enough. And you were already headed over here, so that's fine. Like, it's not terrible, but yeah.
I just don't have
Generally,
enough experience.
yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. They did. I mean, I will say they did say Ana was on gas station before, so you should have been prepared for that. But you did go over here to prepare for it. So it's just, I think, just missed timing. Yeah, and you'll you'll get better as time goes on. But you had the right idea. Like, this is a rollout you really want to do to get to gas station, and you did it well. So I mean, like, I can't fault that. And you got here safely to stage for what happens next. So,
On a gas station.
You know, that's just fine.
She has bubble. Careful. Zoom in. Dive on it. On a gas station.
So TBK, well, this is so with supports, you know, you'll hear in ranked all the time. We need to stay on cart. Screw that. Win the fight. Screw the cart. If you win the fight, then you get cart progress. That's kind of how this game works. So yeah, Cookie did right leaving cart here. I know I don't say that often. But yeah, he did right leaving cart. But you should have either gone in the dive team here or stayed with your Ana. You are playing Reinhardt right now.
She has bubble. Careful. Zoom in. I'm on doom.
You're down here.
Yeah.
So he could be either protecting your team, but really it should be, like, again, if we're tracking Doomfist, he's here, and so we should be here with our team. Ana's not in any danger if she plays correctly. She's on high ground, which she should be. Hopefully out sightlining Widow, so she doesn't. So she's safe. She's not your responsibility. She's not your responsibility, like you said, to keep her from Widow. That's her own problem.
Where's the Widow? I heard her shooting.
Low ground.
I don't want.
So this is fine. This is not your fault, Nox, for not being able to go here because Lamb didn't call it. Like, they have to let you know who they're diving. All right, so that's not your fault.
I don't want.
Oh my god, Widow's not low ground.
He called Ana as he was jumping on top of her. So now, same thing for you. Kind of like TBK needs to realize who are his targets. You have to do the same and realize who your targets are. Who would your targets be in this comp?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Did you hear me?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, who are your targets in this comp?
Oh, I thought you were asking TBK.
Oh, no, sorry.
My targets would probably be Widowmaker, Moira, and Doomfist.
Yep, all three of those are very valid for Tracer to duel or kill. But yeah, priority number one, especially in chaotic fights like this, if you know Widow's free, you go get her. As in, like, if she's in the back just chilling and free firing on your team, and your team's busy diving someone else, and she's not the dive target, you have the option of either A, diving with your team to kill the target, or B, go kill the Widow. Or at least you don't even have to kill her, you just have to keep her busy. Keeping her busy is good enough. So, either or. I would prefer you more often than not to go kill Widow if you can. Like, safely, you know. You never, if you have to travel through Narnia to get to her, that's not good, right? She's just gonna snipe your head. But if you have cover, you know, here, maybe, you know, you can double blink to her to get to her, or if you see an opportunity from gas station and she doesn't quite know you're there and you get the jump on her, you can go to her from there, right? But if you have to travel all over the map to get to her, you don't go for Widow.
Right.
So yeah, you know, be smart about it.
Widow's far back.
Yo, get the more.
Widow's back at gas station.
Yo, forget it. I'm on Mora. Mora 1.
And yeah, that's a good thing that you did there. So with dive, our dive DPS should never really be relying on our flex support to heal them. They live off of health packs. So if you're requiring too many heals from our support, who on the team isn't getting healed?
Our tanks.
Exactly, and they need the support, right? Because the other team tanks are getting healed, I guarantee you. So your tanks need the same support, and since they don't have the natural shields like Reinhardt or Orisa do, they really need that extra healing. So the TPS should not be sucking heals from our supports. That's not saying you can't get heals, but they shouldn't be requiring all the heals, right? If like go in, do your damage, you get shot, go get a health pack. There's health packs everywhere. Go get a health pack, and then get back into the fight. But don't, there are times when it's okay. But generally, yeah, find your health packs. Don't bother your support.
Heal me. I'm up.
Their Widow's
Let's
still
go,
just
let's
sitting
go,
back
let's
and
go.
far back. We have to kill their Widow. She's gonna free.
So yeah, like just listen for calls like that. He's telling you where Widow is. So you have no excuse to not know where she's at now. All right. Now she does possibly become responsibility if if you see the opportunity. Not always just, oh, I know where Widow is now, I have to go get her. It's not that, but it's you have to judge it, right? Like the fights right here. Widow's not in. Widow's. If he says Widow's on gas station, he says far back. But if they were to say like gas station, well, she's not a threat because the fight's right here, so she's not really a threat. If they say Widow Coast, okay, now she's a threat, right? Because now she can see the whole field. If she's on gas station and the fight's taking place right here, she's not a threat.
Free fire.
Where is she? She's gas station. She's gas station.
All right. So before and after every fight, you guys need to be pressing tab, and we see that they don't have Doomfist anymore. Now, Reaper definitely becomes Lucian. Reaper is definitely Lucio's target. Responsibility, I should say. If you boop a Reaper that comes into your backline, he becomes ineffective because he is crappy at range.
Yeah.
Boop is super strong against Reaper. So you are looking for this guy, and you are hunting him. Like, you do not let him anywhere near your Ana.
You have no idea how many people I've argued with that I've said Lucio's really good against Reaper.
If you watch everyone VOD reviewing the Owl playoffs, you will see the Lucios scanning their screens for Reaper. Like, they're just left, right, up, down. They're looking for Reaper, right? And it's every time they see Reaper, they're on him, right? And that doesn't mean like go into their backline to get Reaper. No, if he gets close to someone that he can kill, you boop him away every time. You just keep pestering him. You keep booping him away. Keep booping him away. Keep booping away.
He's pretty easy to dive and get headshots on, and then boop.
Yeah, he's pretty bulky. Yeah.
Going on her now.
So yeah, this is the part where we as Tracer and our other dive DPS are looking at the stage. Is that you? That's our Ana. I think that's you. So yeah, we're not ready to go anywhere, but they also didn't say like they were diving Widow. But again, you have to be ready for whatever happens. So you have to posture yourself to go. So maybe you could, if you're waiting on the dive, you could just kind of sit on this high ground up here chilling. That way, if they are diving Widow, you can jump here like really quick, right? So put yourself in positions, namely a lot of high grounds to where you can dive with the team wherever they go.
Their Widow. She's gonna free fire.
Where is she? She's.
So yeah, we're on the ground right now, acting like Reinhardt. So yeah, we could be posturing. Just think about posturing. You don't have to farm tanks to build you don't ever want to be in the front line. I'll say that as much. Tracer, you don't ever want to be in the front line. You want to. If you're shooting shields, you're not doing Tracer's job. It's okay if you're just sitting here, standing still, doing nothing. It's okay. You're waiting on the call, so that's fine. I'd rather you be sitting and waiting on the call, being patient, and not doing anything versus doing something, but doing something that's not relevant.
Right.
So.
Gas station. Gas station.
Going on her now.
So you see how Adbon's always ready? He's always he seems to be in the right place at the right time right now, like with the dives at least.
Got her. They have a Reaper now. They have a Reaper
I
now.
Oh,
They have Reaper now. I'm diving back to get heals. I'm diving card heals.
Reaper on me. Reaper on me. One.
I can't do it.
Reaper
Sorry,
one.
I can't.
Yeah, that's and so you do really good right here. You're staying at a distance from Reaper and you're pasturing him, and he forced out his Wraith. So you've taken Reaper out the fight. You didn't kill him, but you took him out the fight.
Hey, watch
Reaper,
out.
Reaper,
Yo,
Reaper.
volatile.
So like you're dueling there, and then you
Watch out.
yeah you need to just go and kill him. That's nice before he gets the before he was able to get the Mega.
I got him. Got him.
Fantastic.
They went mid. They went mid off.
So now I would say here, just like you go back to cart and go around. Get ready to go for another round of kills. You know, realize that I don't know where. Okay, I guess. Oh yeah, they dove Widow early. So yeah, I would not expect us to know that they haven't made because we're still fighting. So, but yeah, now Widow's gone, but still, we don't know that yet. But yeah, we're in the fight. We're getting in there. We don't have to go back to cart. We don't need to. There's no one we need to protect on cart. There will be times where that's the case, but there's no one we need to protect here. So go around and get bloodthirsty. Go for another kill.
Okay.
For
I got the
Widow.
Reaper.
They went mid off of Widow.
Yeah, see, you're shooting shields.
Yeah.
We're not shield break, so we don't care about shields. We're dive. We go past the shields.
I'm gas station right now.
Really hard anti-dive.
Ah, shit.
Alright.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
Alright.
Yo, wait.
Holding the wrong spot. So yeah, now they're on high ground, playing dive correctly right now.
Sorry, that
Anti.
That's just an unfortunate boop. Like you actually booped Zarya back to her team there. She was out of position and you booped her back into position. But yeah, you're doing so. Here, you're with Ana. You're hugging her. Generally, that's fine, and you're healing her, so it's okay right now. But right now I'm going to expect once she's full HP for you to start moving up, because she has no threats to her right now. So you need to be with your tanks. If you see that you're on a safe, go with the tanks.
okay. Zarya one.
Watch out for May. May's gonna be walking back. She's gonna be back like right about now.
And see, like this is dive and comms are silent. That can't happen.
Whoa.
Like how are we not? We're dive. How are we not calling a target?
Oh,
If nothing else, we should be saying at least the state of the fight. Calling cooldowns. Anna's in the back. She looks like she's getting alone.
More dead.
Whatever.
How did
Can we focus
Lamb
Ryan?
get launched there?
It's
While he was
Lamb.
frozen.
Oh, I think he jumped and then got frozen.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he
Oh.
boosted and got frozen.
Whoa!
More dead. Can we focus Ryan? Run.
Yeah, right on me.
Run.
Run.
He's up.
Hey,
Man boy.
Good stay.
Hey, sorry, help her. Hey, dude, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, mid gas station. Sorry, underneath gas.
Zarya.
Yeah, so definitely as trades should be looking to take more off angles if you can.
Okay.
Think about being perpendicular to your team.
3 point. We don't.
Yeah, no, you're with the team. You, Admon, and Lucio, or should be. No, you, Admon, and what do I want? I think I want Ana. I think Lucio should be card here because they don't need speed. So I think, yeah, you5 need to be going forward. Because you guys have Nano too. So you got both tank ults, yeah. Well, you have Nano and tank ult. Yeah, so you guys should definitely be going forward and stopping them from trying to even get the card. And possibly if you see people coming back without their full team, you guys fully commit and kill these guys.
I don't want to give them a touch. Let's just get through everything here.
Okay. Nope, just
We
do
left
this
them
for
high and
now.
dry.
Yeah, and like if all of you guys were there, that Reinhardt gets deleted, and then the chain continues. You guys can just hop and hop and hop. Like they're just running at you guys for no reason. That Reinhardt should die.
We're back. We go back, volatile. We go back.
They still might get a touch.
They're not gonna get a touch. We force their tanks.
All
Just
right.
get through on cart. Yeah, no, they don't get a touch. We force their tanks to move back.
All right. We're gonna be running.
Take
So yeah, we don't want to sit here on cart, right? We want to be moving up. We want to take this high ground. There's nothing they can do. They're a full ground comp now. There's nothing they can do. We just take whatever ground we want. They can't stop us. So a good place I would like for us to be, you know, we can take this as dive tanks. Tracer can move up here and just wait, right? Now you have full access to their team, and Doomfist can do the same. So
Right side.
just always be thinking moving forward or posturing and staging. Always be thinking that.
High ground.
It's gonna be really easy for them to play against our dive here, so we have to be careful.
Yeah. Here's the hardest. We need to win this first fight.
May on me.
Yeah, yeah, they're May Reaper. Post push. Yeah, main wall. Main it fucked up.
So yeah, TBK, your job is still this guy. So just be looking for wherever he is. It doesn't look like he's even trying to threaten your back line. So yeah, you should be just full force with your tanks here.
Okay.
Beat is good against either grab or May, so you just throw beat out whichever one comes first. Preferably, you tell your tank. I mean, really, May ult can't kill anyone because dive. The only one that he can kill is May. I mean, not May, Ana. So you can just speed boost her out. So you really don't want to use beat on May ult. So grab is really the one we're looking for. But if if your team happens to get caught in May ult, you got to beat that.
Okay.
But it's dive. They should not be getting caught in May ult.
Okay,
Made no ice block.
Yeah.
In this first fight.
May on me.
Yeah, yeah, they're May Reaper. Post push. Yeah, main wall. Main it fucked up. Okay, no.
Made no ice block. May one out on your.
Yep. That's exactly your job.
Doomfist, help your Doomfist. May's one.
I got her.
Got the bomb here.
I got her.
Reaper, get the Reaper.
Moira one.
Main. No more.
Left side.
Reaper left. One.
Reaper low.
And so you were there on both May and Reaper at the right time.
Yo, Zarya right there. Zarya next.
No push.
Zarya one. She's dead.
Run. Push past your shield. Just
God, my mic is so loud.
There you go. Nice.
Nice.
You guys should have. There's no reason she should have gotten out. 0 reason for her to get out there. But that's fine. Like you were on 3 people and caused 3 people's deaths. So.
On the right side. No. Just leave her. Take the high ground. Volatile with me.
Middle wall.
Up here top. They have a Reaper. Hey, shiny here.
May's gone.
Yeah. Sort of.
So yeah, take high ground now. Or I mean, you can like hide over here if you want to, and just wait for them to drop down or whatever.
Reaper.
Yeah, definitely positioning for me.
May's kind of hard focusing.
It's just more of
No, you're fine.
not knowing like just the concept, and that's what we're
Fine,
always hitting hard as
Try and
concept.
get.
I'm just gonna,
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I can block.
Wait, we have no one on cart. Alright, just back up.
Don't cart.
Yeah, Lucio definitely gets cart here because we don't want Ana. When the fight is starting, Ana should be nowhere near cart. Lucio should get cart because he can get out when it gets contested. So yeah, Lucio should be on cart here.
Yo, Zarya drop.
And I'm skipping the whole when it's fight won and when it's fight lost thing just because of time.
Zarya drop low ground. She's gonna grab.
They're all really low.
Zarya one.
Nice.
That was a wasted ult.
Good.
Monkey, and then build towards bomb, and then we just that's it.
So yeah, just going forward, tell your team to go forward. There's high ground they can take, even though it's dive, and usually last point you don't run dive, but there's still things we can do. Like we're not gonna just waste this comp. We can still, there is high ground that we can take.
And then we'll switch to
Oh my god, I'm outplaying their May so hard.
Hello, bitch.
So fucking.
Hold on, come back.
I'm just switching
Yeah, they didn't tell you where they were, so that's unfortunate. You thought they were going.
around. I'm switching McCree, my bad. They went Orisa.
Orisa, Ryan, yeah,
There's
we're
high
gonna
ground,
have to
high
just man a monkey right in. I'm gonna call for it. Kitty, you look at me.
Yep.
Now?
I hear Reaper up top
I'm
right.
saving flashbang for Reaper.
Moira.
No, oh, yo, huge.
They won.
Whoever blocked that, huge.
So yeah, TBK getting that fight, man. There's a lot of walls you can be riding here. You can just be sitting up here wall riding, shooting people, and also having your aura on your team still.
Okay.
May no ice block. Reaper on me one. No worries.
Reaper one.
Yeah,
Are we diving? Are we
Reaper's gonna
focusing?
kill me.
Reaper.
Yeah, good job on making sure they're
Hold on.
there.
Help our diva. I'm tickling from above. May 1, May 1. May no cryo. Run.
So that's something that, yeah, I wasn't gonna mention, but you tried. It was booping the Rhine. So generally, when you get comfortable wall riding, you want to find ways to boop the Rhine into your team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was still trying to work on.
Yeah, it's all good. It's hard and it's scary because you're for a brief second you're in the middle of their team, so it's scary.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it, that's you want to wall ride and boop the Rhine into your team.
Right.
No more.
Oh,
Yeah. Ryan Shatter screws dive pretty hard.
okay, we could have summed it. Oh, no, you're my bad, yeah.
That's fine.
What'd I say?
Okay, just start running.
On the recording.
Oh no, that was
Black,
in
just get us out,
recording.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Do we just want to switch like Orisa Sigma or Ren Zarya?
We're probably gonna switch Ryan Zarya.
Yeah,
Go Reaper Nox.
All right.
Alright. So what they did last fight switch to double shield, which kind of destroys the reason why we wanted to hold beats pretty hard, which was Zarya. That's the main one. So now, especially now that we're ground-based comp, we can just kind of speed out of Mei ult if we're prepared for it. So really, we kind of just have free beats now. We can just beat engage all the time.
Okay.
You can use it to survive Reaper ult a little bit longer. It's generally still going to kill you if you're not focusing Reaper. So that is a reasonable ult to save for. But you have you guys have a proper counter for him, which is just flashbang him. So I would just beat engage here. Either that or switch to like Zenyatta in this new meta. I still like Lucio's still good. Lucio's still great. But right now Zenyatta's probably pretty good, so he's not like a throw pick anymore in the double shield. The Discord is still super powerful, but I mean, I would just keep Lucio and just keep building beats. Now you have free beats. Your team now gets an extra 700 HP. Whenever you get beat, so it's fine. Like that's still just as fine.
Alright, this is perfect.
And it's an extra insurance for your tanks, so it's fine.
Careful, put his shield back.
No, sorry, Reaper on high ground, he has ult.
Reaper high ground, yeah. He has ult.
Yeah, Nox, like we talked about, be looking for flanks or frontline pressure.
Oh, he's gonna drop soon. Okay, heal me.
They use wall.
Alright, they use wall, yeah. They're just gonna keep doing that. We need to move past together. No more, no,
it's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's really good.
That was good.
Alright, we're doing good.
Reaper dead.
So TBK, this is something you can help deal with as far as calm wise. Like you can tell them we can group up, stay grouped up, and we can. So there are only certain places where Mei wall is threatened, and that's obviously just places where they can wall you off at, right? So you can say, okay, group up, or we're going to speed in 3, 2, 1, right? So you can handle that, right? And you get them to this spot because Mei wall is not a threat here because you can just walk around the Mei wall at this point. So yeah. And also if that's not working, you can swap to Baptiste, and then when Mei walls and if she walls someone off, you just jump on top of the wall and throw a drone down, immortality field down.
Okay.
And whoever gets walled off is saved. And the rest of the team should be busting down that Mei wall. So this should be, that's a pretty safe pick. That would make us go double strong heals, but it's fine. It's a pretty good counter to Mei wall.
I got you, Shiny.
We got the Reaper.
Yeah, we got Reaper ult. We need to force out wall and then we can run at him. Shiny, I think Creed, you want to go Mei? Or we can just approach them easier?
I'm gonna ult from far back.
Yeah.
Wall used.
Oh my god, she took forever to sleep.
I'm dead. Alright, they use Blizzard.
Mei, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Watch for a flank. Mei's gonna wall us now. Everyone up.
Top.
I was having trouble with that Mei, if I remember correctly.
Run it!
Actually freezing you?
No, it was more so she was always with Ryan when she was giving me trouble.
Okay.
It was between her and Ryan. But...
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. It shouldn't be a problem if we're running Ryan Zarya correctly. If May is an issue like that, then she just needs to be focused and forcing out her shift.
I tried a few times, but I was taking the same flank, so probably why I wasn't. Maybe a little later on, I do that.
Ryan.
Well, and not be my focus. I mean, like by everybody, not just you.
Yeah.
Because we just need to. If you force May, like May and Reaper are the same. If you force out May, if you force out Reaper shift, then they're kind of useless. So if you can just force out, and which should be able to happen, like because Ryan while bubbled can't get frozen, Zarya while bubbled can't get frozen. So if they're just shooting May or hitting at, shooting and hitting May, then she's going to get hit, right? So her shift has to be forced out. So yeah, so it's just knowing who to target focus again, analyzing the comp, and realizing who the dangers are, and then what strategy are they running that is giving us trouble. So, and if they're like really having their May carry them, if their comp revolves around May, you target her, and you don't let her play the game. And then yeah, you don't worry about Reaper too much because Lucio should be constantly tracking Reaper. And if he gets in the back line, he boosts him away. If he gets to your tanks, he boosts him away. But he's always booping him away. So, we're kind of okay there. So as long as everyone's doing their job, we're fine.
Right on me, yo, Reaper on me.
Reaper to raise, Reaper. Oh, that's an interesting.
That's a boosted May up top.
Careful,
You're anti.
I have no shield, I'm dead.
I'm on May.
I walled it, just back up.
Yeah,
We're down.
At least forcing them back, but yeah, that's just hard. Your team was back here. Yeah.
We're down.
Never mind.
Get out if you can. Get out.
That May kept getting boosted.
This is annoying.
Everybody got
Yeah, it's just it's just us not either timing with our Lucio or it's pretty much us not timing with our Lucio. Yeah, Mace is getting so much value, and she is strong here. She's really strong here. It's tough to break. Yeah. Maybe we can do some A-wall drills at some point.
Alright, let's get it.
They're definitely gonna have Orisa ult.
They have no gold.
Ult soon.
Yeah, they're
I
gonna
think
have
they
no
just used. I think they just used Orisa ult.
Did they?
Wait, boys, big brain. Wait.
Again, like we're talking about what needs to be talked about in Admon, just kind of, and it's not just him. It always happens, but that's because the team doesn't value that conversation yet. So we're gonna get there, to where we actually value that conversation.
Is my mic still that spammy, by the way?
I mean, seem fine to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, okay. Gonna call it there. I don't think there's too much more to go over. So, appreciate you guys coming. Any questions?